How's it going, boys?
High quality camera.
You can learn to love and expect it.
Good, I'm glad. Well, do you know what you tweaked to make it so good?
What did I tweet? I tweet a lot of things.
No, I'm sorry. Do you know what you tweaked in your camera to make your camera look so good?
No. I feel like it did like, I don't know if it like shut down, but it like I don't know, I just turned it on and it looked good today. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Got the magic touch.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how cameras work. That's my issue.
High quality video to go to high quality music, you know?
Well,
these things
yeah.
work together.
Not work that way at all.
Hey, Prime, I got some good news today.
Yeah.
I have some great news.
Okay.
I have some immaculate news. I prepared for the debate. I read the article.
Amazing.
That's the kind of high quality debate you can expect from your good friend Hunter.
Everything is high quality. The camera, your preparation, but not the music.
Exactly.
That's
Thank you. Because I wasn't in control of the music. If I were in control of the music, it'd be like, I don't know what it would be, but it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this shit. Gets us coming on soon.
Yeah. It's going to be a smaller affair this week. But we'll make it work.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think is Gibbs the only Trump defender coming on the panel?
Yeah, but you're a liberal, so like you tag team with fascists.
Oh yeah,
sure
you know liberals. Eventually. We love Donald Trump.
No, you love fascism, right? You excuse it all the time.
Which Donald Trump is not.
He's a fascist.
He is. Oh, he is a fascist.
He's 100% a fascist. Of course he's a fascist.
So explain what I've done to run cover for Donald Trump.
Oh, and I don't know if he's specifically done anything for Donald Trump. I'm saying
his left hand is squeaky clean from all that scrubbing that you're doing.
Yeah,
and washing.
Like you'll defend fascists, right? You'll defend the project, right? And in an attempt to save a failing capitalist system, you will inevitably defend those up. Keeping it, and when capitalism is failing, right, it's a slow decline or sometimes speedy decline into fascism. Liberals will be there every step of the way, and then when the troops come for them, they'll be surprised, like, what, me? Who could have seen this coming?
Prime, do you ever get bored of having the same analysis regardless of what occurs? Like, regardless of what I say, or regardless of the beliefs that I hold?
Analysis,
exactly,
it's correct.
It's just like
one. If it's the correct analysis, why would I change the analysis?
Capitalism is bad.
For variety's sake.
Fascism is bad. Liberals are bad. America's bad. China, good. Russia, good.
So
better.
No,
not good. No. Maybe not good.
I've never said that China good. Okay,
fair.
Let's get that out of the
I'm
way,
putting words in your mouth. And you know what? I'm used to.
He said China great.
I'm used to fascist sympathizers, Marxists. You know, like you're used to fascist sympathizer liberals. I'm used to, so. You don't have our own mix here.
I know the China is pretty vile. Like,
they don't like black people too much. I'll tell you that.
I don't like them.
Can be pretty racist,
right?
Not like America has the cleanest record, but like,
yeah, I wouldn't say they maybe a worse record of black people. I would say.
Wait, currently. Do you think currently they treat them worse?
I'm talking about literal slavery, Jim Crow.
No. Sure. Historically,
and then
I don't know about
exporting violence to black countries. That might be a problem.
I'm not going to be defending. Believe me, I know I could. I've got some spicy hot takes. I will not be defending America's treatment of black people historically. That is not something that I will be doing currently.
Okay.
I could change my mind later. Like, don't.
It's on the brink. You could go 50-50.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Right now, you're 51% not good.
But right now, I don't think I will be.
Wait a minute.
I don't believe I will be.
What are we comparing to slavery?
China.
Yeah, China's entire treatment of black people, like the history of black people. They haven't had black people to really mistreat. I mean, I'm sure they tell us to go to hell or whatever the fuck. Like in China or something, whatever. But like,
I mean, you've seen the movie posters how they have to change the they have to race.
Yeah. They don't
Wars
like.
because it doesn't.
I think it's more that less a my understanding, and my understanding can be incorrect.
Yeah, and
please,
I don't really know either. So like,
yeah. So my understanding is that like it's just like a dislike of like dark skin. Is a seriously, but like that extends to like dark skin in general.
sure.
And like the thought that dark skin is unattractive. You see this around Asia, right?
Yeah, colorism.
Yeah. There's a huge colorism, and it's not something that necessarily has anything to do with white people, right? It's like it's like a long-standing thing in terms of like the history and like who was considered valuable and rich. You know, it was the people who were who were royalty, whose like skin was always light.
Sure.
And then, like the farm hands were.
This
always
does feel like
darker.
racism with extra steps, though. Like
I
I
mean,
don't
fuck
know.
it. I mean,
it
again,
feels
I'm
pretty
not trying to
indistinguishable.
defend-
No,
They
no,
do
fair,
racist
fair,
shit.
fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Like
That's valid.
yeah.
No, you're being
My
fair.
point is that like it's like it's from my understanding is the origins aren't so clear cut, right? But in any case, right? Like there was, I think this one was in Korea. There was that infamous. I think it was like a either a laundry detergent or a like a washing machine advertisement, and they like they put a black man inside the washing machine, right? Turned it on, and out came a Korean guy.
I'm sure they just don't know any better. Like,
What is this? They don't know any better. I could say the same thing about most people in the South. They don't.
I agree. They're ignorant. Yeah, like they are ignorant.
Okay,
Ultimately, it's all
great.
ignorant.
As long as we're being consistent here, because I could argue that.
But let's say it's
most
the ignorance
racist
about
people are
different
just
things.
ignorant.
That's all. Put it. Let's put it that way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think they know
So,
better. I think it's just their own.
No. Wait, hold on. I'm not
intention.
defending racists here. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
I said
yeah.
I would.
My only pitch without knowing the full argument is Asia can have whatever issues you want to put against it, but the United States and Europe created a commodity of human beings, mapped out transatlantic slave trade. They like mathematically built ships to efficiently house and store as many people as possible, head to toe, with like no extra room. When they died, they threw them over the ship because they were
when
insured.
they misbehaved, they did that too.
Yeah, true. I was gonna say they separated
I-
the women so they could have some entertainment on the trek over.
Just to be super clear, we were drawing a distinction between like kind of. I mean, I would draw a pretty big distinction between historical slave owners and some dude in the Midwest who just didn't really meet a black person and gets confused the first time he meets one. Now, obviously, there's a big spectrum there. And there are a lot of people who are even more racist than those racist slave owners in the past, or as racist. Maybe not more, as racist though.
Hold on, that Midwestern idea that you just like Midwestern guy, right? Never met a black person, gets confused when they see one. Oh, you'll see that in China too, right? Like never met a black person, gets confused when they see one.
That's what
right?
that's what the connection was. That's what me and Corey were talking about. That like China has ignorance.
So then no better, and certainly not worse.
There
right?
are different flavors of racism, probably, right? There's like the ignorance, and then there's like, you ever meet those racists who are like, they're like, you're from, like they tell you the province in Ethiopia that your great grandparent is from because they can tell by like the base variations of your skin color. It's like that person's a fucking psycho. I'm being exaggerating, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
that,
there's
like,
people. I think
they're
there's people
so
who are really
informed
good.
on the issues that like it's not ignorance. Like they know
they've done the research.
They've done the research
to inform
yeah.
their racism.
Yeah,
Somehow.
yes, that's all I'm saying.
I'm about to say maybe it's a. I'm about to say I know that happens a lot intra-group. I like black people like to figure out where other black people like are from. Like when someone tells me they're African, like I jump straight to the game. Like
well, that's the hard part about
Ethiopian
being like African American is like very often it's hard to find where your ancestors actually came from because it was blotted by the slave owners.
Well, yeah, like I say, regular Black Americans. Where are you from? I'm from America.
Right? No, 100%.
Yeah,
and that's like. A lot of people get frustrated with like the distinction between black and white, like because they're like, well, why can't I be, proud of being white. Isn't white my ethnicity? I'm like, no, white's not your ethnicity. For Black people, it is genuinely their ethnicity because they can't claim the country that you're from. Yeah. Like, I'm proud to be Polish, proud to be Irish. You know, like, that's pretty fucking cool. We got some cool cultures over there. But like, if you ask a Black American, they're unfortunately not going to know the country they're from because it was erased completely, like systemically.
I like what you're saying here, Hunter. Took a break from the usual nonsense, so fantastic.
You're like, wait a minute, maybe he is left wing, actually.
No. I think you're left of center, right? And then yes, left of center.
But you see left of center, but you see center as right.
It's all relative.
Does that make sense?
From his perspective, you're the evil one.
Left of center and right of center tend to be very, very close. They tend to be really good friends, right? But anyway,
sure, buddy.
The point is that like I liked what you were going at there, in terms of like trying to explain like the difference here. Because I've had this conversation, but I've never said it in exactly those words.
You can steal the argument from your white boy. We'll mix it up this time. Maybe you could steal stuff from me.
Very funny. So the white, right, or the category is an empty category, right? Like it's not something. It's like devoid of history in a way that like you said, Polishness, like being Polish is not devoid of history. Rich culture, right? Czech or English, whatever, right? Like all rich cultures.
Yeah.
But white is just a super category.
Yeah.
Right?
It's super weird. It's super weird because I would say my three ethnicities: Polish, Jewish, and Irish. Right. Like those are my three ethnicities. All three of those were not considered white at some part in history.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like it is very weird that I'm white, but like every single one of my ethnicities have been challenged in some way to be white because it's such a weird morphing category.
But it makes sense.
I think that's an American, North American thing, maybe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Sure. This is a very American conceptualization of race.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like that conception, like where did white come from in North America? It came like as a response to the Black categories, the Negro category, right? Like we had a group of people and need to keep them in chains. We have to create a new legal construct around that. Okay, right? Like what type of people are we talking about? We're talking about those types of people. Those are Negroes, right? And then it's like, all right, well then, who are all the rest, right? And so you have an anti-category, right? Like not the Black people, right? And so like that included, in terms of the people who are here, like a limited number of ethnicities, right? From Western Europe. But then, the Italians and the Irish and the...
We fucked it all up.
Yeah, they
confused
they came, and they were like told that they didn't belong as well. But in the end, right, as long as you can engage in anti-Blackness, as long as you aren't Black yourself, right, then like entering to the category, it's easy and inevitable because they couldn't really keep you out, right? Like they could only
just like sneak it in for a generation or so, and it's like whatever.
Yeah, as long as you had an accent, then they had you. But as soon as you got rid of that, it's like it was just, also literally too much of a hassle to even bother, right? And so
to me, one of the most interesting parts of this conversation is like the inherent contradiction in believing in white erasure and also believing in the one drop rule. Because like if you believe in both of those things, the more that people procreate, necessarily there will be fewer white people. Does that make sense?
Well, it's when you're saying you're against, you believe white erasure is a thing and you're against it, right?
No. Sure. Wait, I guess I could hear it that way. Yeah. Okay. Necessarily, there are fewer white people if we consider white to be it's like 100% of your lineage is white,
untainted.
Yeah. Because we're tainting consistently. We're mixing it up constantly. There are more and more people who are born in different ethnic structures necessarily. Yeah,
and to be clear, what I was not saying that like I want to get erase white people or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that like the contradiction, like it's not really that much of a contradiction. Like that, like if you think
what do you mean?
That, well, yeah, well, if you think white erasure is a thing and then you're against it, right? Well, then it kind of makes sense that like you think of the one drop rule, because then you're like, this is making the white race impure, and that itself is helping erase it. So these things like
sure. All I'm saying is, sure. I agree that it's not inconsistent if you are a fucking Ku Klux Klan member. Like, it's actually pretty damn consistent with your beliefs. I'm just saying you're kind of painting yourself in a corner when you clarify who specifically is white can only be 100% white. You're gonna necessarily find yourself that your culture's going away.
I would actually, to break in with that, I actually don't even have an issue with the concept of people taking on.
You want to say something about breaking in? Oh my god! Sorry, go ahead, Bam.
No, yeah, my bad. I was saying that even though I actually don't have an issue with people identifying more directly as like with like white American culture. Like, I don't think that the people who have been here like and don't see themselves as any form of like European. I think there's plenty of white people who's like, oh yeah, I'm just a white dude from Massachusetts or Texas or whatever. And I think that's normal. Probably, I mean, that's valid. Probably more normal. I mean, it's all you ever know. Like, it would be weird.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm saying Polish and Irish, but it's only instinct, really. Like, I do feel American. My parents have been here for forever. My ancestors have been here forever.
Yeah, I think the thing that's interesting, and it doesn't always play out this way, but I feel like the people who are like the most staunchly anti-immigrant, the people who have like the biggest cultural issues with black people and like other brown people, like it's not even. Typically, it doesn't even tend to be like long-term Americans. Like, it's usually like third generation. Like, they can tell, like, oh yeah, in the 1910s, my granddad or great granddad moved over here.
I'm mostly third generation. You watch your fucking mouth, okay?
Yeah, but that's how it goes, though. It's not like most of these people are like been here since the Civil War.
No, I fully agree.
It's like it's a second generation immigrant.
No, for sure. I don't know. It always feels, No, I agree.
I don't know. It just, I like I said, and that's not statistically. I'm just saying that's just how it feels like it always plays out. Like, if I look at the entire Daily Wire like cast, I don't think any of those people are more than like are further back than second or third generation Americans. Like, they're all like children of former immigrants.
That seems surprising to me. I have no idea. I don't know their ethnicity. They seem pretty damn white. They seem pretty damn waspy.
That is true.
Like, not white. They seem waspy.
They're white, and I'll give them that. But like, I think Matt Walsh isn't. I know Ben Shapiro isn't. I'm pretty sure the other guy, white guys, like
Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh,
Michael Knowles, Yeah, I don't think Michael Knowles is. I'm pretty sure he talks about his family being immigrants.
He's gone. He's long gone.
Jeremy Boring's gone.
Yeah.
Even even Candace Owens for her period. Candace Owens is Caribbean.
Well, sure. No one thought.
No one
thought Candace Owens was white.
No, but you're just talking about like.
No, I know. I know. I'm just joking around.
But Jeremy Boring left. No, for sure. He got tossed out because.
Was it Israel?
The Daily Wire was going on a downhill slump, and then he spent so much money on trying to make movies, because like him and Ben Shapiro are failed screenwriters, and this is like a big fucking thing for them. And anyway, like they like
so either failed comedian or I guess now failed screenwriter. I think so.
Yeah.
So he left, or he got kicked out. He was the CEO. Tossed. How did he get tossed?
By the board, I imagine.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let's look at his Wikipedia.
Yeah. In any case, going back a second, like you asked if I like hated America. I don't hate America.
Who asked you that? Did I?
Well, you said it was like America bad, China good.
Oh, sure. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hate America?
I don't. I just said I don't hate America.
Yeah, no, I was being sarcastic, and then you were like, "So the reason why I hate America?" I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
No, I'm saying.
Let me count the ways.
No, I think that I think I'm more of a patriot than most, in that like. I see America's flaws, all of them, and I think that it can change. That there is a a path for a better tomorrow.
I don't know about that anymore. But
please.
It looks increasingly
Take the hopium
and harder.
I'm
Corey,
Canadian, so I don't need it.
so,
I
like-
don't need the hope. I'm hopeful for Canada.
Oh, like your fucking country's all that?
Well, I'm proud of my. Obviously, like Prime was saying, I can recognize all the flaws that Canada has, but I see lots of great potential.
As a rapper once said, the merits of a heretic is where the patriot lives. And I fucking love that.
I don't know who that.
The
rapper
merits
is.
of a heretic is where a patriot lives.
Mm-hmm. It's like
the
sometimes you gotta
merits-
be fucking. Sometimes you gotta hate. Sometimes you gotta hate the country to love it. You know what I'm saying?
The merits.
well, I think that
sorry,
holds
I
true
want to
for-
make sure I have it. The merits of a heretic is where a patriot lives.
Yeah.
I'm confused by the sentence though.
Like
saying
the
that heretic's a
heretic
patriot?
is to be the kind of person who's like breaks away from the traditional role. Like that's a good thing, and that's patriotic. To what,
I hear that, but like I don't understand how the rhyme fits. The merits of a heretic are.
oh, you're
where
wondering how it rhymes well. It might not.
No, not the lyrical rhyme. I mean,
Yeah, just
like,
how does the
verse.
sentence conceptually make sense?
Yeah, like there's a metaphor like it's using here, but like I don't get the merits of it says like the merits of a heretic are, but then when it doesn't complete that, it goes where a patriot lives. These two things are in contention with one another. They don't.
Am I crazy or is it fully decipherable?
I see both
Don't
perspectives.
tell me. I'm asking you. All right,
I don't know how to
like-
explain it.
so where does a patriot live?
Just keep
The
rapping
heretic
the
lives where
same
pa-
lyric.
No. You're thinking too literally. It's not literally where he lives. It's that.
I get that part. Yes, I know. I get that part. I know it's a metaphor. I
No.
get that.
No. But even in the metaphor, it's not where he lives.
Okay.
We're not. First off, maybe it's a poorly constructed sentence. I do hear that. I hear
Okay.
it. All lives is a poor verb to use.
Okay.
How about
Wait,
the merits of a heretic?
what's
is
the
where-
phrase again? Yeah, say it. Sorry.
The merits of a heretic
later.
is where the patriot lives. Now, I think that lives is a poor verb to use there, but it had to
No, that
rhyme with
makes
the
sense,
previous
Bob.
sentence. So
Yeah. I don't. So well, it doesn't for me. So I'm
Whatever.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
to
I think.
explain.
Yeah, if I took it at face value, what it's saying is that this is the people who push back, like where they live, is basically what they value. These are the things that the patriot advocates for, the strongest.
yeah, exactly. We all get it, Prime.
They
Fucking
value
catch up.
the nerds.
Yeah, okay.
Where's
All right,
Gibbs?
yeah,
We
like,
Like
let
those are
him.
the
We just
those are
need
the
some
the
conflict.
principles of true
We need
patriotism.
some fucking.
I know. No. I sorry. I get that's what it's trying to say, right?
New debate
that
topic.
part I understand. I've said that before, right? I get that part. I'm saying that like the way they constructed the rhyme, right? Like the lyric
Mhm.
is not good.
That's
and-
fine.
I
Sure.
don't think it's that great.
It's a little clunky
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the message, but it's poor.
Do you?
Poor
I,
word.
I'm
the,
actually
yeah,
surprised.
the message is fine. Go ahead. Sorry. Please go ahead.
I was surprised that you say you consider yourself to be patriotic. I know you're not hate America. I wouldn't go that far, but I didn't think you consider yourself a patriot.
I do agree. It's a
Like,
little
Do
surprising.
you
to
love
me
this
too.
country and what it represents, and you want
Like, you would flag the American-
Like,
you
you're
would
not
fly the American
conservative,
flag?
but you advocate for the maintain of some value, some principle. You want to maintain.
Well, I think there's
Because
I think there's-
I don't think you can be just like I want to progress past like changing America into something like else. Like it can be we're a progressive place. You can progress for things, but there has to be something maintained in patriotism, something protecting, something to protect, some values that
You
you
can go
already-
first,
Why
Corey.
is
You
the
want to
music
say
is
something?
still
I'll
on?
go
Did we
after.
realize
So, well, I think Prime would agree with.
Yeah,
to expand
keep the
fun- like
vibes going.
there are some fundamental values, but that's where it's like I think there's a distinction to be made between, let's say, patriotism and nationalism. As in, Prime is a patriot, but not a nationalist type of
Not a
thing. As in, like,
jingoist.
yeah, that too. As in, like, just like
Wait, what's that
it's
distinction?
compatible to love a country and also criticize at the same time. As in, like, I think that's compatible just like with love in general. Just like loving a person doesn't mean you just blindly follow everything or admire everything that they do.
Do you think that's what a
same with the
nationalist does?
As a
that
generally
distinction
speaking,
you're
at
making?
least how nationalism is technically, I think, defined even like in the academic literature is like someone who like loves the country and thinks their country is better than every other country.
Well, hold on. I do think my country is better than
I'm
every
not,
other
I'm not
country.
fighting your
No, but
debate.
I have
I don't
proof?
care.
No,
I just
I don't have
took
proof.
what you meant for the sake
But
of
it
the
fucking
conversation.
is.
Yeah, that's I'm usually at least that's how I conceptualize those two different things. As
In fact,
a patriot
when someone
is
will-
one who who loves their country but doesn't necessarily like, elevate it or let's say looks down upon other countries.
In fact, some people will hand me stats that show that America is probably definitely not the best country in the world, and I go, "Fuck you! America is the best."
I
country
love
in
the
world.
lower infant mortality and maternal. That we should.
Okay, wait, hold on.
We should boost those numbers.
That's the one that gets misinterpreted. That one gets misquoted all of the time.
No, it doesn't get misquoted. I know the criticisms you're going to draw in terms of how it's assessed and measured and all that stuff. But.
Yeah, it's flipped, right? It's that people are like, look, we're 150 in infant mortality. That's something you want to be low in. So we're more like 40, 50.
Yeah, but compared to other
40,
OECD
50 is still
countries,
not great.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it often gets miscited.
Sure, fair enough. But you are not the best. You're not doing the best or performing the best.
100% not. No, totally.
So
that's probably naturally going to happen at scale. Sorry. You go.
So, Bam. To answer your question directly, well, certainly yes, I'm not a nationalist, but like you knew that coming in, right? But you're saying we need something to protect. Well, what I would protect, I'd protect the people. I'd protect. Oh, fine, good for you. I'll be bold and say I want to protect.
I mean, you will protect all people regardless of
I'll be the bold one, brave, right? Not a popular opinion here on this panel, but yeah, I say I'll protect the American people.
Do you hold American people to a higher standard than any other people? Or is it just their protecting?
No, I hold them to the same standard to others.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not good enough because it's not a good value. I'm saying that you don't like. It's not. You're not advocating for protecting Americans. You protect humanity, but you don't care for Americans.
I don't understand. Like, hold on, no. You don't mean standard. Standard is not the word you mean. I want here, right? Like you mean value. Do I value American lives above more than? Okay, that's a different thing.
There's no way that's the.
I of course don't value American lives over other lives.
Yeah, that feels like a crazy way to.
Yeah, that's pretty
define
fucked up,
how
actually.
to.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, but I'm just saying,
American. I love my fucking
country
country more than anything, but a life is a life. A life is
a
life.
Sure, yeah, but I wouldn't. But there's people who do think that like as long as the brown people in that country far away that I can't name are the ones dying and not my people.
Some nationalists will say an American life is much more valuable.
Okay,
and you know what? Those people are less American.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Sure, but
I don't want a fucking Canadian's opinion about who's American or not. Okay,
yes, you do. I am the objective third party here. You are biased, obviously.
You know what? I'm biased to love my country. You caught me. You caught me.
So going back to
you're blinded by love, as usual.
I don't see why that's got to be the standard necessarily that I have to value them more than anything else, right?
No, it doesn't have to be. But I'm saying that wouldn't be the thing that makes you patriotic. Like, I love the people, but you love all the people.
I get that you feel that way, but that's not how I feel. So I get to define this myself, and not you.
No, but I just it's not a definition. I'm just pointing to like I asked you for clarification. You clarified that it has nothing to do with them being American. Like that
but I
wasn't
would protect Americans. So but I would protect Americans.
But you would protect Earthlings. Like it has.
I'm sorry, dude. I literally have not even didn't even get my whole statement out. Right?
Okay.
Immediately you stopped me at people. Oh, hold on. Would you sacrifice Mexicans, right, on the altar of America? No, I wouldn't. Sorry, no, I wouldn't do that. Right? I don't think that matters to be a patriot or not.
I probably wouldn't do it.
That could be the standard you set. But not me, right? So that doesn't work for me.
I'm just saying the first one wasn't good.
Great. So any which way, right? I think a lot of the institutions of America are worth protecting, like the Constitution. Though, when I say the Constitution, I look at it as a living document, so it's something that yes, I would use as the founders intended, right? And change. I'm not loyal to capitalism, right? I don't think capitalism even exists in the document. I thought, hopefully I'm not misquoting here. So I'm not loyal to that. So that I would change. I would change the imperialist ways of America. But like, I think it could be a prosperous land, but a land that doesn't brutalize like the world around it. If that is not loving America, well, then guilty as charged. But like,
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying you haven't named a
I
single
think that-
thing
I
about
think there-
America that you would want to protect. That's
I
what
just
I'm
said
waiting for.
I just said the Constitution.
You said the Constitution
just-
that you would change if you had.
Of course,
I'm just saying,
on,
like,
wait,
you gotta-
come
wait a minute.
on.
The
You gotta preface it
Constitution
with
is
change.
hold on. I said Constitution
I know you
as
can
a
be
living
changed,
document,
and I know we
and,
can
and
do
like
that.
literally
But
This
As
fucking
as
guy,
a bill
this
of Rights.
fucking guy says he doesn't
Yeah.
like the Constitution, but he likes the Bill of Rights. So explain that one,
Yeah,
because
like,
if you
crazy.
really look at it, the Bill of Rights is actually editing the Constitution.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, like it's
I'm
crazy.
saying that like
They
what,
have an
like,
edit
I'm just
button,
saying
you're
that
like, you're
this
gonna
is- that
use
just
it,
wouldn't
and
be
so
the
you
time to
must
have that
hate
conversation.
America.
No, like okay,
Like, that's crazy.
let me say hear the comparison. I'm hearing this is what I'm hearing, and then you can clarify like, oh, that's not what I meant. Like if you say that like, oh, do you love your wife? And they're like, yeah, I love my wife. Like, what do you love about her? And I was like, man, you know, I really love the way she looks. You know, I wish she would lose a lot of weight. Yeah, I don't like that. And then, but I really like her eyes, and I would get her surgery on those if I could. I like they're green, but they would be better if they were blue. Like you're not saying anything that you would like to maintain. You're saying that like you say something, and then the next sentence is followed up
I said
about.
Yeah, but he
Why
likes
would
the
you
base
change
of the Constitution.
I
right?
said literally the Constitution. Literally the
Right,
Constitution.
but you
Literally
immediately
the
said that I would
Constitution and the
change.
Institution. I said I would preserve the institutions and the Constitution. I said
Bam,
both of those
don't make
things.
me defend Prime, please.
Like I don't know what to tell you. Like
No.
like what like
So
like
tell me something about the Constitution. Give me a specific section that you like. Oh, this is really unique
the
to the
Bill
United
of Rights
States
is the part that I like. Yeah, the Bill of Rights, the one that I can amend. That part's my favorite. The part that gave
The part that
black
I can
people
change is.
freedom. The part,
You know,
the part and particularly the part that gave
Would you
black
change
people
it, the Bill of
freedom in this
Rights?
country, right? But that's not the
But would you
original
change the Bill of
Constitution.
Rights
So
if
maybe
you
I don't
could?
really love it, right? The original Constitution had us all as slaves, right? And so I guess I don't like that part. I guess I must hate America. Like, what the fuck is this argument? Like, what is this?
No, I'm
argument?
saying I'm
Yeah,
I'm
the
asking you to name
Constitution
something that you
is a
wouldn't
living
change. But you
document. I
saying
said,
that
like,
you would?
specifically-
Would you change the Bill of
Hold on.
Rights?
Sorry.
Would you
what
make an
say?
edit to the Bill of Rights?
Absolutely, yes. I make a bunch of edits.
Okay,
Yes.
can I-
Well,
can
asking
I-
for something that you
amend it.
wouldn't want to
I'm gonna
edit
jump
about
in
the
and
United
try to
States.
be the marriage
I
counselor
like
here.
the Constitution. I like the Constitution, right?
No, I want
don't
something
have
that
to-
you don't want to change.
No.
Something that you want to maintain
The
exactly as
Constitution.
it
The
stands.
point is that's a living document, right?
Sure.
Right.
It
So we talk about
changing
something
is
else.
part
then.
of its purpose.
Is there
So, no,
anything
no,
that you
no.
like
But no,
about?
but like that is preserving the America,
sure.
right?
Is there anything
All
about
along-
America
one
is
second,
just doing
one
the
second.
same
One second. All along the way, like America has had to change to survive.
I know it changes,
right?
but I want you
Like,
to talk about
no.
one thing that you.
So I'm
wouldn't.
saying, hold on, but no, this makes no. This it's like the change, like the Constitution is the central pillar, right? And most countries don't have this. They don't have a founding documents, but they treat the way that America treats their founding documents. The way we
you don't
do
have
it
to
is actually
advocate
quite
that the
unique.
Constitution can
Excuse me,
change.
hold on,
I'm
still
not
not
against
finished.
change.
Still
I want
not
you to talk about
finished.
something that you wouldn't
Still
change.
not. Don't care. I'm gonna finish. So the Constitution in itself
I don't
is
care.
a singular pillar that works throughout time. Yes, like the details of that pillar change, but the pillar is the same. That's what I'm saying. You're saying, hey, the thing that you want to change, that will be what will be changing, right? Is I say I'm going to get rid of the Constitution, right? I'm going to start it all over again. No, I'm not doing that. I say like we can use this pillar, right, that unites us all, this founding document, right? But yes, like it would be altered, just like everything else about a nation changing itself. But the pillar is still the same. It's still the same pillar, right?
Right. If I erase everything and rewrite it from scratch on the same pillar, then I don't like you make it treat the same. I wouldn't. I'm saying like if you said like I like America's freedom of speech, I think that it's something we do well. It's something unique to us. I want to maintain that as it is. I value that as an American. That would have been a great answer, but you didn't say that. You didn't agree. You don't.
I don't.
You didn't
Sorry,
say
I
that.
don't give a, sorry, to be clear, Bam. Sorry, maybe people misunderstand. I don't give a fuck. If,
Yes,
like,
you
think it's the
misunderstand.
right answer or not. I don't give a fuck about that. Like that is of no concern to me, right?
But that-
so I
but
told
that's
you
not-
my
but
answer.
but it's the question I
It's
asked
fair
you.
if you don't want to accept my answer, right? But I told you what it is. If you can't fucking understand it, that's your problem, not my
Well, it's not
problem.
my-
But
You're not gonna answer the question.
please don't feel like 'cause again. I must have made a mistake here. That like I give a fuck like what you care about what my answer is.
I don't-
right.
no,
That's
I just
my
want you to
answer.
answer the question I
Accept
asked
it or not.
Well, he
Don't
did
give a fuck.
he did
This is
answer
how
the
I
question. I
answer
feel like
what a patriot is. You can,
I
you
said-
can
I
asked
have
you,
a
is there
different
anything you wouldn't want to
definition,
change
and
about
that's
America?
fair, right?
And he
But I
said
don't
the
know what that
Constitution.
is.
and he
but he
said
does
the
want to change
Constitution.
He
No,
wants to
the
change
so No. I think you missed his point. I think his point is that the Constitution is a living document. That is the thing he wants to preserve about America. The fact that this thing is a living document that constantly changes with the times. So therefore, this thing that's unique to America is what he wants to preserve. But you keep saying, well, no, if you want to change the Constitution, he's saying the Constitution is a thing that changes. It's not that he wants to change.
Yeah, but why are we incapable of listening to each other here?
No, I listened to
I was listening and I heard him kind of.
No, wait, hold on. Bam is very obviously asking Prime. Is there anything that you currently really love about America that you wouldn't want to change? Sure, but you'd want to change that.
Hold on. No.
And like
changes by its nature.
Hey, Hunter.
I understand what you're saying.
No, Hunter. No, you didn't. Because then you're like, no, but you would have changed it. But Hunter, I literally went through a whole 5 minute
thing your point.
about
I'm just
what
saying
that actually means, right? And then you ignore it. You said, you come in, Hunter, like the liberal.
Oh, yeah, then there's nothing else to preserve about this fucking country. Why don't we listen
to each other, right? Guys, maybe we just listen to each other. And then you completely ignored what I said, right?
No.
And then like repeated the thing that we already know what Bam is saying.
Look,
already got that part.
I'm on your side, just to be clear, but
then you go and misquote me,
classic
right?
liberals.
Because you're like, oh, you want to change that. The thing is, I want to keep the Constitution.
All I'm saying is you get what he means, right?
There's nothing else Prime wants to preserve in America other than like what the idea of the Constitution is. Everything else kind of.
I said the institutions. I want to keep the institutions. Yeah. I talked about that too. And you ignored that as well, right?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I can deal with
sure. I want to have a democracy.
The FBI,
where we can.
The CIA.
Kash Patel.
Yeah. But I mean, we still need law enforcement agencies. We're gonna need them one way or the other, right?
Sure.
But yeah. I want a
representative democracy.
A democratic republic. I want a bureaucratic state that takes care of its citizens, which we have now, but I would expand on that.
You like Medicare? Yeah. You like Social Security?
Well, I would make it Medicare for all, right?
No, for sure.
Hold on, but it's not quite the same what we have here. So maybe I hate America. I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't say you hate America. I prefaced it with saying I know you don't hate America, but when you say that you're patriotic, the assumption would be that there's something that you like. Like I like United States because
that would be the Constitution.
No, not the thing that changes. I like to do this the way it is.
Hold on, no. You sorry, Bam. Again, you keep fucking.
You keep fucking
looping. You think I give a fuck about what you
know what Prime means?
No. Hey, I'm telling you, this is a pillar, right? And I didn't just come up with this, right? This is not an idea that Prime just came up on the spot here with, right? Like you can do research on like what makes America special. Like how does our civil society work? And we talk about the Constitution being a uniting document, right? Throughout a time, even though it has the details of it have been altered as we've gone along, but still we talk about the Constitution, right, as the thing that we get behind. So yes, I say the Constitution, right, the living document that will inevitably change one or the other. I have some ideas on how it should change, right? But it will never. The point of it is to change, right? That's its function.
But I'm saying, is there a? I
don't know.
We're not saying a goddamn
Is there a Western?
thing.
Cool. Okay, I'm talking to Hunter then. Is there a Western country on Earth that doesn't have a constitution that can be amended? I don't think there is.
I have no clue. That's not really my specialty
anymore. I do know the United States did it first, but I don't think.
Yeah. I do know that we're one of the oldest functioning governments in the world.
We established.
I know that sounds really counterintuitive because we're such a new country, but we're an old government. Because like Ireland, for example, like changed their constitution like 7 times over the last like 50 years. It's pretty common for people to just like update the existing documents that they have, but America hasn't.
When they mean change the constitution, they mean like throw it out and start all over, correct?
No, they can. Yeah. No, you can make amendments. I don't think there's a country that you can make amendments to almost.
No, but that is what I'm referring to. The fact that we still have an initial existing document that outlines how our government functions and we largely obey. I would say almost strictly obey is kind of a weird thing that we've had it for like 250 years.
It's not weird anymore. We just did it first. But every other
no. It's weird. We've had it for 250 years.
Every other country in the world does exactly what we do now.
No. We could. we could look
Sorry,
for.
hold on. You're misunderstanding what Hunter is saying, right? Like, even if some may have the ability to like be a living document, right? What he's saying is that for many times, what they do is they just get rid of the documents altogether and they start all over.
Anymore.
Right?
Not to
they absolutely do. What are you talking about?
Nope.
Okay, all right, don't worry.
The government of France doesn't throw out their
and prove me completely fucking wrong.
They do amendments. Yeah, France has a living constitution. They can amend. They do amendments to it. I say every name a first world country, they don't throw out their constitution.
And if Prime was French, he would probably say he's patriotic to France due to that reason, if that's true.
So, since the French Revolution in 1789, France has had at least 12 to 14 distinct constitutions thrown out, suspended, or replaced, depending on how specific transitional documents are counted.
Sure, they can do that, but they also
no, but they did.
No, they did do that.
They did do that. 12 to 14.
They've actually done it. They can do it. They've actually done it. Immediately.
Wait a minute. The United States had the Articles of Confederation, but prior to we've thrown out constitutions too.
But over the last two. No. I think you're missing the point. When we look across the world for the oldest constitution, it is ours.
Yes.
I know that, but I'm saying that you're acting like we're doing something unique, and I'm saying it's not anymore. No, other countries make amendments to the Constitution.
They largely like France. How old do you think France's constitution is?
Let's see. 1 second.
No. Just before you look it up, like how old do you think it is? Because you said France.
Yeah.
No, I just want to go back. I don't want to lie.
He's going to
20 years.
Humiliate himself.
It's a little older. It's like
20 years. What'd you say, Hunter? How much?
It's like 60. It's like 60 years old.
Okay, fair. That's a short constitution. Holy shit. France's constitution is shorter than the Israel-Palestine war.
Yeah.
Let's see. The UK.
We just like a lot of countries
a highly
kind of
amendable, flexible constitution.
No one's saying that it's not amendable.
No, that's what we are saying. We are saying that no other country has an amendable constitution.
No, I never said
that.
They didn't prior to America.
You said no.
They didn't prior to America.
I didn't set that standard. And then you're like moving the goalposts. Oh, okay. It has to be a unique thing about the country,
I'm asking for something
that no one else
America
can have, right? And then that's the thing that can make you a patriot. It has
Freedom
to
of
be
speech
unique. If
is
it's not,
unique
then
to America.
You've been just humiliated.
That's
here,
pretty true.
Right? You were so sure that the thing that we said happens doesn't happen. Immediately prove it
North
wrong,
Korea
right?
is doing
And then you're like,
speech department.
No. What I meant actually is that it has to just be a unique a trait of America.
I can't tell.
And then that's the only thing about like what the fuck is unique about any country? Right?
The freedom of speech is unique.
No, other countries have freedom of speech too.
No,
not
the way that we do. Not the way that we do.
Not the way we do.
No. Freedom is stop. Freedom is
constitutional right.
Go ahead, Prime. I do. Because I do agree that sometimes the word freedom of the language of freedom of speech gets equivocated, but there's a distinction between like the government getting involved and then just like people getting involved. You know, like if you get booted off camera, or off campus, that's not a freedom of speech infringement. But largely speaking, America is one of the only ones with protected hate speech. Like in most other developed Western countries, hate speech is something that is like bannable, or there's something.
We are kind of losing that. Though.
Okay. So, which countries have the constitutional right of freedom of speech? Almost every country with a written constitution especially includes a provision for freedom of speech or expression.
Now, look up hate speech.
Phrasing and practical enforcement vary significantly by nation, of course. United States, Norway, Article 100 Constitution of Norway guarantees freedom of expression. Germany enshrined in Article 5 of the Basic Law.
Sure, wait, hold on. It's weird
Article
to say
21 protects freedom of speech
and
the press.
Well, Germany?
Freedom of speech
I'm not going to hold on. No, I'm not going to hold on.
Resolution.
Canada, protected by Section 2B of the Charter of Rights of Freedom. Switzerland, guaranteed by Article 16 of the Federal Constitution. South Africa, specifically outlined in Section 16 of the Constitution of South Africa. Right? Like, Ireland.
Yeah, what the fuck is
getting? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Join the fucking stream.
Because I tell you what, I don't give a fuck about this. They obviously don't.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Shut the fuck up, Gibbs.
I think you're using the wrong friend, Gibbs. I think you're using the wrong mic. It's like blown out. I don't know what's going on, friend.
Oh, he's fucking screaming. That's what's going on. But wait.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
wonder why he's having tech issues.
turn it more. Don't fucking do that again, ever again. I don't want to. That's bullshit. Alistair, don't tell me to shut the fuck up. I've been listening to you for 10 minutes back here after I fixed this bullshit, and it's clear they don't have the same freedom of speech. Hunter's right. This is a retarded conversation. God damn.
Damn. I'm gonna get back into it, right? Yeah. So all of them have that, right? Now you can try to argue that
North Korea's got a freedom of speech and signing this constitution.
We have the most expansive.
Hold on. What about Canada, right next to us?
Canada does not have robust.
They do not.
Yeah, they do. I literally just read it. They do.
Hold on.
They actually do.
Wait, can everyone calm down?
What is freedom of what is freedom of speech then?
Because
like you're saying, pretending like it's some sort of separate and unique, distinct thing that only exists in the United States.
No,
that is not the case. That's a lie.
I think our contextualization of freedom of speech is kind of unique because we kind of go absolute on freedom of speech.
We don't go absolute on freedom of speech. There are plenty of exceptions.
It's close.
You know that.
Close in the word.
Like yelling
one
fire.
exception.
That's
a myth. That's a myth. That's
no,
a legal myth.
not
Absolutely
that.
not true.
You can do that. You can do that, right? Like harassing speech, right? We put limits on harassing speech.
Sure. If it specific, sure.
Sure. But I thought it was absolute.
Wait, okay.
Was that
no one
not
with me for a second?
So then, do we have limits on? Do we have limits on free speech or not?
Okay.
Can you say
sure.
absolutely anything?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So we have the most expansive.
So immediately your argument has been blown up, right?
Okay.
Or the least restrictive.
We are the least restrictive. That's a great.
Yes, other countries have a restriction. No, hold on. No,
we have the least restrictive.
Sorry.
In Germany, you could get banned if you
say you're moving the goalposts.
I'm not going to let you move the goalposts.
I'm not. That was my whole point. That we have a unique version of free speech.
We don't. Hold on. Sorry. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that, right? Our enforcement of it might be unique, just like our enforcement of any laws might necessarily be unique.
No.
Right?
On the books,
no.
The fact we have no hate speech laws is very weird.
No, hold on. No, stop. Fucking stop. I'm not gonna let you guys move the fucking goalpost. Knock this shit off. Sorry, you're not gonna fucking gaslight me. Right? You're like, oh, these other countries don't have constitutional right to freedom of speech, right? And then I go through a list of them that have a constitutional right to freedom of speech, right?
I never said that other countries don't have a constitutional right.
He was arguing with Bam on that.
Bam said that, right? Bam said that.
And I was still, and I stand by. I'm correct.
Proved them wrong. A single Google search found that. That was so.
You didn't prove me wrong.
And then it's like, oh, okay, but like the specific way in which we do it is different. Every law, hold on, almost every law.
I definitely believe that freedom of speech is in other countries' constitution.
Right? Yeah. But then they'll enforce it differently for all kinds of reasons. And you're like, well, that's not you. Well, then
we have a Canadian in chat right now.
Right now,
hold on. We have a Canadian in chat saying pride.
We have a Canadian right here.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, listen. Hold on.
Waiting for you to speak, Corey.
Two things here. This is important because Bam and Hunter are absolutely correct here. There's a reason why ours is constitutionally protected and it's absolute freedom of speech, except if you're inciting violence. Except inciting violence.
Absolute except.
Hold on. I listened to y'all for 20 minutes in the back while y'all. I fixed all this.
That was your fault.
That was your fault.
Don't be a whiny baby about it. You had computer issues. Don't be a whiny baby about it.
Don't be a baby about it. After I fixed it, I'm just gonna turn the game up again.
You're such a liberal.
After everybody, I went there. I was in there 20 minutes. After I fixed it, sitting here waiting. Now, secondly, Hunter and Pam are absolutely correct. It's not the same as what we have here. We have absolute freedom of speech unless it's like yelling fire in the theater.
It's not absolute. Hold on. Can
I talk? Okay, listen. I'm talking. Thank you. Listen, it's absolute with very limited exceptions, and it's enshrined. It's enshrined in the Constitution as a First Amendment. Hold on. This is much different than, say, the UK, Norway, Finland, Canada, which all of y'all said. Hey, let's read Canada's version. Canada's protected in like a subclause. That's totally different than the First fucking Amendment. The First Amendment. Well, you can giggle all you want, but you sound retarded. You can giggle all you want. This is why everybody in the world comes to America. It is. Hold on. It is a
everyone in the world comes to America. What?
Well, yeah,
Everyone in the world.
Freedom of speech. This is just dumb. Like right now, I don't even know why we're arguing this. It's fundamentally different than in every other country. If I say something like, "Oh, Lord, fuck the Jews in America," yeah, despite Ali protesting, I can still say that. And we can still say, if I say fuck the Muslims, I can say that. You know what I mean? If I say fuck the Mormons, same thing. You can't go do that in the UK. If I go do that in the UK,
what about the people that are getting arrested? What about the arrests that have been happening over the Netanyahu shit or the Israel shit in Florida?
No, fake
Those
news.
things are unconstitutional. I mean,
wait. There's a. I'm gonna be the little centrist here, the little liberal that Prime hates.
Everyone hates this.
Okay, look. Obviously, there are some times where the government actually starts enforcing or starts restricting freedom of speech that is illegal, and they get sued over it because it is illegal. But yes, obviously, some police officers do. There was the huge constitutional right where like Trump was restricting specific like registrations to immigrants who were like free Palestine, who were pro-Palestine. Like that is an obvious freedom of speech infringement.
Not to mention, I think Trump is in favor of whatever jailing or prosecuting flag burners.
Yeah. Exactly. There are tons of it.
And there are many conservatives, okay, that are on board with that.
Yeah, who are fucking anti-American bitches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
We can burn
It's
the
almost
American
impossible
flag.
to decipher like defamation and libel in the United States.
Yeah. It's one of the.
That's not true in
It's
other
super common to sue in the UK instead of America, because they have way like the libel laws are a lot more restrictive in places. Like
There's tons of countries that have freedom of speech in the Constitution and then fucking don't have freedom of speech. I can start listing those, but like we're not gonna do that. We'll be here all day. There's like something like
because I can listen Smith reading off specifically against what Prime said. No other country has free speech protections as robust or absolute as the United States, particularly regarding hate speech, political expression, according to like a thing who raised First Amendment voice. It says while nations such as Canada, Australia.
I'm not gonna let you move the goalpost. I'm not going to let you go post. You ask me, hey, is it a freedom of speech unique? It's not unique, right? And then you're like, oh, well,
we're probably equivocating here, right? Like
I
say
from the beginning, stop
our version of freedom of speech.
It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters, right? The thing that I was asked was that, hey, the thing I put forward was that, hey, that's not unique, having a freedom of speech. Then you're like, oh, well, the way that we do it is unique. Well, of course it is, right? Most of the way that we enforce our laws are unique in and of itself, right? I say specifically that's something like, and then moving back, and moving back a step, right?
Yeah, but like in terms of
moving back a step to one side. Moving back a step, I didn't like that was your litmus test as to what's a patriot, right? What's a unique thing that we have, right? And if you don't like a unique thing, then you must not be a patriot. Which once again, I fucking reject, right? And then also, you made the mistake thinking, oh, other countries don't have constitutions that get tossed out, right? Immediately, that was.
I didn't say other countries don't have constitutions.
This entire time,
I said other countries can make amendments.
Exactly what you said. You said
no, I didn't. I said the other countries can make amendments to their constitutions. That's not unique.
Pol Pot had free speech in Cambodia, boys.
Actually, fuck you, Prime.
Hey, it's in the Constitution. Pol Pot's free speech for the state.
You make amendments, but then that we
Gibbs, I'll be on your side.
Right?
I've never.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, Hunter. Like it's Pol Pot under
Cambodia. This entire time.
That's hilarious. I want to be.
You've been excuse me. You've been blown the fuck out the entire time. Yeah. Right? And then you kept moving the goalposts every single time, looking for like some sort of exception, right? So this won't be any more humiliating than it already is.
No.
I'm sorry. Right?
You're uncomfortable with how wrong you are.
And so I gave you
both. You can't hold the two positions we had. You can't hold them both.
What I consider to be my the reasons why I'm a patriot, right? But it's fair if you feel like you have a different definition, right? I'd be happy to hear what your definition is, right?
Yeah. Listen to my definition now.
Pol Pot can't.
Don't try to undermine me.
That's my
by saying a bunch of bullshit. One that's already been proven wrong, right? Don't try to undermine me saying a bunch of bullshit and then moving the goalposts every time that we try to come meet you at whatever nonsense standards you meet, right? So I'm done with that shit. That's bullshit.
Got you. I'm about to move the goalposts and undermine you and make you come meet me. So, but the two positions that you can't hold simultaneously. We started out with saying you said that it was unique that the United States has a living constitution that can be amended. You said that was a unique thing, and we showed that it wasn't. We showed that it wasn't.
I didn't say it was a unique thing.
You did say it was unique.
I didn't say it was. No, I didn't say that.
I love the fact that this is recorded. You said that was unique.
I didn't say that was unique.
You said that the free speech isn't unique somehow. Like these two positions can't be hold simultaneously.
No. I didn't say no. I didn't say. No. Oh my God, Bam, you weren't listening. What I Bam. What I said was that the Constitution. What's unique about it is that it unites everyone. Hold on, Corey. Corey will tell this, right? Corey, what did I say? I said what's unique about how we view our hunting documents is how it binds us, right? Hunter jumped in and said, like, hey, to bolster what Prime said, right, is that this is the oldest, like, continuous government, like the oldest set of documents that are still in use, governing documents are still in use. That's what he was saying, right? But I never said it was unique that we could amend the Constitution. I never said that. Go ahead, rewind.
I will. I'm gonna. If you want my vote, I do agree that Prime never said that that the America is the only one that has a constitution that's amended. I don't know if I really remember him saying specifically his other positive claim.
Because I literally said that. I said that every country did.
But I certainly don't remember him saying the thing that you're accusing him of.
He did say it because he disagreed with me when I said that was like every country, like every modern country in the Western world. Since
we could check the tape. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I said the United States did it first, but I was like, now all the countries have amendable constitution. I said, no, everyone else just tears it up.
But that doesn't mean anything, man.
No. He was saying everyone else did. We had the longest running continuous constitution that, yes, it has amendments, while other countries have torn it up and gotten into new.
Yeah, but hold on.
It wasn't unique, and he said it was.
Bam, but hold on. What they're really doing is duplicitous right here, Bam. What they're doing to you is really sad because what they're doing is they're like they're going over here and saying, yeah, every country's got free speech, it's protected. And then I looked up what's like, I don't know, it said Cambodia's got free speech in the Constitution. You know when Cambodia had free speech all the way back to Pol Pot.
Hold on, did it say back in Pol Pot or does it say
currently and other? So like they have countries that are draconian that'll put things like, oh, we have free speech, and then they're like actually not free speech. Because I actually looked up North Korea first. Like, I mean, I know you did. The point is, did I say you listened to North Korea? I know you're fighting those. Well, because let me finish. Because what they do is they put we're going to protect these things, and then they don't actually do it because it's just a lie on paper. It's just like when you say you're a communist country and you put People's Republic of China or whatever.
Gibbs, agreed. Gibbs, I hate to fact check you. There's currently free speech in Canada.
Sure.
Almost every reputable source says that under Pol Pot, it obviously didn't.
But hold on, it didn't have free speech. That's my point. But it was written down.
I don't think it was written down.
So, Bam.
I think he tore up the Constitution.
I don't believe
it was on a napkin somewhere. That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to get past this because
it's not that important.
Did you check all the napkins?
But Bam, if I stated that it was unique in terms of the amendments, right? Well, then I misstated. I didn't mean to say that.
Is that an apology?
If I stated, no, that's not an apology because I don't think I actually say it. But like, if
this
I
is black people making up. Stay out of black people making up on it.
I'm sorry.
But if I did say it, but I said it on accident because that was not my intention, right? If that's what I stated, then I do take it back.
I probably said something wrong too. I love you, Prom.
He's amending his statement.
Okay, fair enough. All right, then.
That was cute,
I'll leave it
guys.
there then.
You don't love me too?
Oh, sorry. I love you too. Sorry. But I appreciate it.
How about China? If you didn't like Pol Pot, how about China? China, since 1982, has free speech in there.
That's a laughing stock for sure.
I rest my case.
No, Gibbs, that's super fair. 100%.
You can critique the local governments in China. Hassan
we talked about
we can do Belarus, Syria, Iran, Myanmar, famously.
You're listing all countries that I would agree with.
Sure, but my point is they have them written down in the Constitution.
I didn't.
So when you go 150 countries have, but you did say this. Y'all said something like 150 countries have free speech written down in everything. Well, Google says it. You said a lot of countries have them. The point is, when I'm sitting here going, when you're saying all these got it written down, that doesn't really mean much. That's like if I'm going, hey, y'all can all come in here, and then I'm like, but download, no blacks allowed, and then I don't let blacks in. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like
something, and then Google said something sort of in the ballpark, so you probably said what Google said.
Well, I'm just saying. You said it wasn't unique. Would you say 150 countries having some kind of constitutional protection that free speech falls in with what you're saying? Oh, you wouldn't say that. So then you agree with Bam.
No, I wouldn't. Also, because those two. What? Sorry.
Okay, I do agree with Gibbs in outcome, but I think his point is kind of shit. His point, because I will say that Canada has decently rigorous freedom of speech. You can get
It's
arrested.
not, I would
for
say
shit.
it's not meaningfully different than I would say on paper.
No,
it
I
is.
would say it is
well,
meaningfully
not if you're in
different
fucking
one-
Quebec
let me
with their
get
fucking
out
speech laws and
my
their
sentiment, please.
You're
Let me get out my
fucking-
sentiment, please.
I don't think I can listen to a Canadians, but go ahead.
As in, I would agree on paper, as in the actual documents that we have, like comparing the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the American Constitution. There is a meaningful difference. I'm just saying, in terms of outcomes, as in like, do people get like regularly prosecuted for speech violations in Canada? I would say the answer is I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 cases, like going back, I don't know, like 100 years, and that's usually like I think it has to do with like whatever pornography and all that stuff.
I think hate speech is, and it was kind of funny.
Yes, there is a carve out for hate speech. Yes,
That's what I'm saying, and that's really the exception that I want to point to the most. Which is
that's
almost
why
every
I
other
pointed to
country-
the document of like that. That is a carve out. That is the meaningful difference. But do people get prosecuted for hate speech in Canada? To my understanding,
But we're
that's pretty
losing
much,
that
like,
in America anyway.
virtually never happens.
No, sure.
Yeah.
I don't even think
but
We're
it's
losing
still
that in America
illegal.
right now.
It is
The
still.
thing that you guys are
anti-Semite,
boasting
yeah.
about this
Yeah.
absolute free speech.
But you
and
still
this hate
debate flag
speech.
burning, like to
Hold
this
on.
day.
Yeah, I know, but like we had the anti-Semitism laws, we're having the anti-BDS laws being instilled. There's people in Florida being arrested about saying shit about Netanyahu
Wait, hold on.
or Israel.
What
So it's like,
anti-BDS laws?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
we
for
have the
instance,
anti-BDS laws on books. Like
I don't know
there
those.
are.
What's BDS?
Yeah, there are
Yeah, they're
anti-BDS laws
BDS
across
boycott,
38
divestment
states.
sanctions.
What's BDS?
That it does
Yeah, yeah.
what?
Boycott,
BDS is what-
divestment, and
No. I know what
sanctions.
BDS stands for, but I don't know
Well,
what.
BAM
anti-
ass.
No,
BAM
that's
ass.
for
Oh,
BAM.
sorry,
I did ask.
I
I did.
So,
misheard
so
you.
yeah.
So there are, for instance,
I'm looking into it.
there are contracts, right? There's schools, districts, and I believe this has not been struck down. If it has,
Whoa!
then I apologize.
This is fucking crazy.
yeah. So like they're like, for instance, there are states where
Welcome
like,
to
if you
Israel,
want to be
Palestine, buddy.
a state worker there, right, or a state
You think I'm
contractor,
fucking
you
for
have to
this?
sign a document that says that you will not engage in BDS, right? Like specifically for Israel.
I'm
We're
trying to
talking about
engage in some
you will not
BDSM.
boycott Israel within those documents. So like if you want to be a teacher, right? If you want to be or you want to provide some sort of service, right? You have to, like, I think Texas, I believe Texas still does this. You have to sign this document saying you will not engage in that. That is a clear free speech curtailment, and that was upheld, if I remember correctly, upheld by the courts. Because the woman, she was I'm not sure if she was Palestinian, but she was of Middle Eastern origin, and she was, I believe, a special needs teacher or something along those lines. In any case, I believe this is a Texas case, and she was given one of these documents to sign, and she fought back, and she lost. She lost in that case. So yeah, we make exceptions on free speech all the time in this country.
No, for sure. And I'm not saying that like we're perfect about it. I am saying that I do think that largely speaking, we are probably the most liberal in terms of what we allow with free speech. We like, you can shout fire in a movie theater. That's a myth. You can absolutely do that.
I agree.
You
can do that in Canada too. Pretty sure.
Sure. It's funny that Prime, I will make fun of you for this. You did bring up Germany, and like, fuck, like you cannot say a lot of things in Germany. Like they ban a
That's
lot
fair.
of hate speech, especially
That's
like
fair.
Nazi
Yeah.
rhetoric and shit. And you can say as much Nazi rhetoric as you want in the United States. You won't get arrested. You might get punched
That's
in the
fair.
face, but you won't get arrested.
Newsflash.
Speaking of Nazi rhetoric, that's a perfect segue here. I don't know if y'all have seen the new fucking TikTok going around, what it has. And you know how I always say the Nazis are socialist and everybody here wants to just like give me a hard time and then say it's not true? Well, they have Anna Kasparian, known socialist, and she's saying word for word, identical to all the same stuff that Nick Fuentes is. Have y'all seen this TikTok?
Do you want to play that game?
I
You think
mean,
Anna Kasparian is a Nazi?
no, I think she's a socialist, and Nazis and socialists are basically the same.
Wait. How many people do you
Where's
think I could
Lactoid when
pull
you need
from
him?
Trump's administration that have quoted Hitler?
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. I think you're missing
okay,
the point.
that's
No, you're missing the point of what I'm saying. Hold on. I mean, maybe they've quoted
He
Hitler.
just
I'm not gonna
links socialism.
No.
to Nazism.
I'm arguing. My
That's Gibson's
argument
fight.
is. My argument is that they're both socialists. Maybe Trump. He's the most socialist president we've ever had. Every president's the most socialist president we've ever had. Every single one, right? Because they expand the executive. But my argument, though, is Nick Fuentes, who's a known Nazi agitator, is saying verbatim, word for word, the same exact things that Anna Kasparian, a known socialist, is saying. I think that's kind of interesting that it's not just one, oh, he said a Hitler quote. It's literally the policy prescriptions all the way down. And y'all think this is interesting?
Okay, whatever. Maybe I'm sure Prime and
I need to see the video or something.
Don't you worry.
Yeah,
I
send the video.
I haven't seen the video,
Here's the
but I
thing.
know the video exists because Anna Kasparian, she actually addressed it on the Young
Prime,
Turks.
your camera's frozen.
Okay.
Is it frozen
I
for
don't know why
everyone
that
else?
happens.
Yes.
Okay, I'll fix it.
He looks
Anyway,
very,
all
very
Oh, yeah,
concerned.
sorry
I'm
to
saying-
distract.
Sure, no problem. All I'm saying is that, like, I'm sure the video exists because she addressed specifically that video on her show. That's all I'm saying.
Look, if what Nazis are socialists means is that sometimes socialists and Nazis are going to be agreeing on certain issues, sure.
Mainly
Sure.
policy issues. Mainly policy because they're
Hold on.
what the same
Sometimes
policy.
conservatives and Nazis are going to be agreeing on.
Well, everyone and Nazis are going to be in agreement if it's just about if all things are hating the Jews
That's-
makes you the same, right? Like every group of
That's
people
not what I'm arguing.
has their fucking issues with the Jews, and every group of people is going to have Nazi rhetoric.
that was exactly my point. I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is a Nazi.
And
Or
yeah,
Jews,
Anna
one or the
Kasparian's a
other.
little. She's sometimes a little. She said a couple iffy things.
She's a moron.
Some anti-Semitic things that I think were a little dicey.
You're gonna have to point those things out to me.
I don't know about to say Anna Kasparian's
she
kind
said-
of clean right now.
She said,
The
and I
Goyim are
quote,
waking up.
Okay,
the Goyim
and
are
I'll let you
waking up.
quote in a
Yeah,
second.
wait, hold on,
Gibbs.
what?
Well, no,
That's
give me
fuck.
the
That's
quote.
fucking crazy.
Give me the quote in 2 seconds, Gibbs. Use the stream together link.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, also before then, I just want and I'll throw it straight to you, Hunter. Thank you, Tessico Johnson. Tessico Johnson agrees with you, guys. Canadian here, the way the U.S. applies freedom of speech is unique in the U.S. compared to all other countries. I helped.
Thank you.
You solved it,
thank you.
Testicle Johnson.
Tessico Johnson for the $5.
Guys, can we all give a
Appreciate
shout out
you.
to Testicle Johnson?
Thank
here?
you so much.
We just did.
Tessico Johnson.
No, everyone.
Hunter.
But
So like,
thank you for helping out.
yeah,
Shout
guys.
out.
Hunter,
Sorry, go ahead,
I know that you come things from like a kind of centrist liberal, like
Yeah.
you shouldn't attack anyone. Blah 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 blah. You got to remember
Shouldn't
that
attack
like
anyone.
like you think Anna Kasparian saying like the Goyim are waking up is like a crazy statement, but like in her world, in a world of being like a Middle Easterner person tied to like Turks or Muslims or whatever the fuck it is, she kind of hears way crazier shit on the back
Wait,
on the other end. It's yeah, so it's like the
Sorry,
back and
But she's
forth.
hold on. But she's also
Can you
used
tell me
to a
what the
lot of
statements are?
anti-Semitic rhetoric, right?
Can you tell me what the statements are?
The Goyim are waking up in response to I forget what it was. The Goyim are waking the fuck up. Sorry, I misquoted her.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I misquoted her again. Hey, bitch, the Goyim are waking the fuck up. Deal with it. I don't know what it's in
response to
response
who?
to though.
Yeah,
I can only find the isolated. No. That's fair.
Yeah.
No. Do you have anything else?
Huh?
Do you have anything else? I'm wondering.
Because she said a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff.
I don't think I said that.
It
think I
sounds
said
like
that
you
she was
said
a little iffy.
Multiple.
Mm.
Well, yeah, multiple iffy statements. I'm curious what they might be.
I don't think I. It's a whole fucking thread.
Yeah,
You want me to go
It's
through
a
it?
good 3-minute video of her and Nick Fuentes saying the exact same things.
I'll read it real quick and then try to give a TLDR if you guys want, or I can just send it.
Yeah, but
to you
fuck
guys.
Shabbos Constantine, though. It's kind of hard not to fucking say crazy shit to that guy.
Who?
Shabbos
Anyway,
Constantine, the
let's move on. I do want to get to the topic. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Everyone ready? Okay. Let's do it. Hold on. Just before then, $5 from Bryn Taylor. He says, "This is Prime speaking. I want to apologize." That's okay.
You have to read it out. That's the rules.
That BAM's dummy account.
Yeah. Using his avatar. But anyway, this is Prime speaking. To be clear, I will read this.
You have to read it out.
I will.
Can you just quote it?
I just as long as this
verbatim, no changes.
I will absolutely.
We know how much
verbatim,
Prime loves changing documents, but like,
indeed. This I feel like this account, right? This is a new account. I've never seen this account before, right? If it would donate again, that would go a long way to ensure that everything gets.
We gotta vet these people.
Yeah. I mean, like, who knows who it could be, right? I haven't read the whole thing now. I don't even know what it's like at the end. But if we donate it again, that might be helpful. But I'll read it. This is Prime speaking. I want to apologize to you, Bam. You are so right about everything. He has him too. I love you. I do think Bam is handsome. I've said it to you multiple times. Like, you're a handsome guy, good looking individuals. So our whole crew, pretty handsome guys, actually. Yeah, I think we're lucky in that way. I think Admiral Gibbs is in a body that was 30 pounds ago, really handsome.
So. That's appreciative. You know, that's wild statement. You know, guys,
That's
y'all don't
crazy.
know is I missed last Monday, but Prime kept streaming for about 9 more hours after this thing. I have a fantastic clip of Prime now doing something like showing off them chi-chis and oil. And this is
go ahead. Go ahead.
So just watch out, guys. He's got the oil ready for you with the cocktail.
What kind of oil was it?
Oil out. Yeah.
Was the baby oil, baby? Woo!
Yeah, I'll take it. Go ahead. There are clips of me doing more wild.
And Gibbs, what were you doing while watching that? That's the
I was cranking it, baby.
But yeah, okay. So we'll move on. We'll get started.
Thank God. Sorry.
I want to talk about baby oil, Hunter.
Sorry, what did you say?
I think Hunter wants to talk about the baby oil. What's your preferred baby oil, Hunter?
Johnson's and Johnson's.
I use baby oil for fucking normal ass shit for babies.
For babies, he's got babies.
I've got babies, bro. That's what I think about when I think of baby oils. You fucking freaks.
Freaks.
Let's get started. Thanks all for being here. Much appreciated. Everyone who participated in the pre-discussion. As always, it gets quite lively here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being around. We're going to have hopefully a fun conversation. We'll see about it. But if you appreciate the conversation that we were just having, if that was fun to you, that was engaging, no matter what side you might be on, consider supporting the channel. Follow the channel, right? No matter what platform you're on, Twitch, YouTube, or Kick. Consider following the channel. Or if you're following, consider supporting. Sub to the channel on Twitch. Consider using a super chat on YouTube. That's always very helpful, and we'll read any sort of nonsense that'll come through the super chats,
even if they're straight up lies.
Even if they're straight up lies. So consider helping us out that way. It's really helpful when you do. Okay. So I'll move on. No, I didn't miss anything. Great. Let's get started. Guys, and I do have to apologize for this. Like, seriously, guys, I'm gonna turn off the music right now.
No, don't apologize.
Thank
I've been
fucking
waiting
God.
all night.
Thank God.
I just hopefully we can move past that, right? Like we don't have that to motivate us to keep the vibes chill. But
Was that what that was supposed to do?
It was working for sure.
I was like,
okay.
It would have been some slurs
that's
getting
fine.
thrown around. Without it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
started talking about the
Exactly.
Goyim.
Oh God.
Our overlords are going to
I'm not
cancel us
sure
now.
that's even a slur. I
It's
I
not a
really don't
slur.
know. It might be.
Did you know that you can't say
It's a slur
the
against-
M word referring to dwarves anymore? You know that's like so the WWE just had
You're talking to a bunch of liberals. We all know this.
Well, this is really funny.
That's been
So the-
PC. That's been
so-
not PC for a while.
Well, the
but
WWE just did WrestleMania last weekend, and Danhausen came out with a group, and the group's name was the M word something Housens, right? Because he's like whatever Housens, and they go, "Don't get mad at us on social media. This is what they actually asked us to call him." And like 2 or 3 Twitch streamers that are like like official WWE streamers like got their shit taken down and banned for like an indefinite period of time because
That
the
makes
WWE that like said it on broadcast. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Well,
Like,
That's bullshit that it happened to them.
Yeah, but TOS is TOS, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is. Wait, hold on. It is weird that the group
It's-
called themselves that name, and then they got in trouble for appealing to that.
That'd be like if you got in
No.
trouble for saying the NAACP's like actual name.
I mean, let's just say they were gay
could say the
wrestlers and they used the F
NAACP's
slur as
actual
their
name.
name, and then
you and I can't. We might get
Wait,
banned.
but
Wait,
I'm
what
saying
the? I can't say colored.
No, you might get some bannable
You're
word.
not gonna get
What are you
banned.
talking about? You can say.
But you
colored.
people have been banned for saying colored. if
Wait,
you're not on
okay, but there's a
certain
word that
restrictions.
will get you banned, right? It's the F slur. The F slur will definitely get you banned, and even if there's a group that calls themselves the F slurs, you're not going to be able to play on Twitch and not break TOS. So I mean, like, it's just a TOS. thing.
Sure.
It's
No. I understand it.
It doesn't matter if the group refers to themselves as that.
No. I'm just saying, isn't it kind of funny that this is like?
Well, and it's funny because the WWE sanctions certain streamers and Twitch knows about this, and so I couldn't play the WWE on there, but they're like sanctioned WWE guys that they
Yeah, so
have,
that-
and like or
that
whatever.
also makes-
Like
that
that's
also
kind of
makes sense.
crazy.
Gibbs, you gotta fucking stop.
Hey, listen,
He will never
He's
turn
not-
that Zoom feature
It's
off.
so
Even though he
fun.
never uses it on. You don't use it on purpose.
I use it on purpose all the
Never.
time.
You don't use it
I
on
do it all
purpose.
the time.
Never.
I do it all the
And when
time.
you
just
try to
don't
use it
know.
on purpose, it doesn't work. You gotta.
Listen,
gotta do
you
it.
just don't know, all right? See, it didn't work.
Okay. Getting to it. Yeah. But yeah, we know. I wouldn't say that word. They prefer to be called little people, and I'll respect.
Or
if that's what you
dwarves,
wanna
which
be
always felt weird to
Or
me. It's like
dwarves.
that's a
Which
mythical
always confused me
creature.
too.
Yeah,
the
because it's
dwarves, but
that's a
apparently
fire
like it.
word. Because it's a
Yeah.
mythical word. That's pretty lit.
Yeah.
Call me.
Yeah, but that
Dwarf
feels
sounds- dwarf makes sense
crazy
to
to be
me.
referred to
Dwarf
like as a
sounds
Lord of the Rings
badass.
If I
character.
was 35, I wouldn't want to be called the little people. That
Yeah.
would bother me more. It's not my choice, but little people just feel demeaning. Like, oh, you're a little.
Dwarf
like,
or Hobbit
genuinely,
works
the-
great.
The M word
But
feels
dwarf
like the
feels
most
awesome.
chill. And
No,
like,
no.
obviously
Hobbit,
I'll listen to
or
him, but like
dwarf. Hobbit or
Hobbit
dwarf.
would be
I'm
cool.
good.
Hobbit
I'm
goes
good
crazy.
both ways. You hit 35, you're like, I go by Hobbit now. I like that. I like that a lot.
Also, I just
Dwarf-
posted from the
Dwarf-
Twitch blog for hateful conduct. It's all the way back from 2020. We can't say if you're not a person of color, you can't use the word colored. And,
Ha ha,
Yeah.
Hunter.
There's no fucking way. Is
yeah, I
that
just
real?
posted. Yeah, it's real. I can post you the link to.
Can you say
the thing.
person?
Wait,
of
Gibbs,
color?
can you say it? Because I can say it.
I mean, I don't know. I would be risky.
Hold on.
to
Does
say it, I feel
anyone
like.
believe Gibbs here? Like, there's no way that colored is a slur.
I mean, what's it called?
I just
Anyone
posted
has
the
to do
fucking
it.
quote.
Slur. It definitely
Huh?
was used as a
Tyler
slur.
from
Yes.
Well, you
yeah.
no.
She got in
Could
trouble.
it be used
Tyler
as
from
a
South
slur? Is
Africa.
different from I
No.
can't ever say that.
If I was
Like,
like,
it is
this
a
here,
slur.
that there, a C word boy over there, they would be like, slur! Like, and they would get you.
Like you wouldn't call a black person colored. You just wouldn't do it, right? Like
Sure.
you'd only use it if you were like referencing some historical document or some like group
Right.
name or something. But you wouldn't use that term unless you were using it as a slur in like normal context.
But I
Well, you
would,
could be
couldn't I
like
say
a nice
person
old
of
lady.
color?
I'd be like, that was a
Huh?
sweet little C word
Person of
boy. He
color,
bought me a
though.
piece of
I
candy.
feel like I would say.
I think person of color.
do we still say POC? Is POC still a thing?
Is
Some people say
POC?
BIPOC and BIPOC.
Is
No,
POC
BIPOC's not actually hitting. I'm sorry. It's
You know what
not-
else should be a
BIPOC?
slur?
We're
Wait, hold on.
adding fucking
Latino-
letters to these things.
I might say
Latinx should be
person
a
of
slur.
color. Like that's a thing that I might say,
think
regardless of
Latinx
whether or
is a
not
slur.
it's PC.
Do you
for sure
really
would say
use
that.
person
There's-
of color? Like when would you like when
He's
would
an
you use
ally.
it?
He's an ally.
Versus
guys.
just
He's
like
never used
black, brown, Arab, whatever they're.
I feel like I could maybe be talking about just minorities. Period.
Hold on, you
No, but I
can't
would
even
say
you can't say
minorities. I
certain
don't know.
colors either. I couldn't call someone yellow. That would be racist now.
I lost what you
Holy
said.
shit!
racist
Gibbs
thing,
figured
too.
out the code. Some
just
colors
saying.
are appropriated, some aren't.
Well, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait. So why is some colors appropriate? Some aren't. So black is appropriate if they're
Come
black.
on.
But if I
Is
call
this
someone
real?
that's actually a skin tone
Brown?
that
Are
might
you,
be
are
yellow
you
or
in
tan,
10th grade? Like what the hell? Is
hold on. If I called someone, said, "Hey," that if I said, "Oh, I got like I don't know,"
We do not even dancing them.
I'm just saying, if one color is fine, why is a different color bad?
You live in fucking like 5th grade, genuinely.
No. Wait, Hunter.
What?
I feel like since Gibbs arrived, the conversation has elevated quite a
Yes,
bit.
you're welcome.
I low-key agree. I don't know what it is. There's something about Gibbs that brings out the best in me.
That's
Mostly
what I
because
tried.
it like I focus in on
helps
the
you
shit that I
focus, it
hate.
centers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like a drunken.
You need a
Just
target
never
date,
know
man.
how it works.
Exactly. I need a target. That's
Okay.
that's exactly right.
Okay. So, and to be clear, what I'm sorry, Gibbs.
Glibs, yes.
Glib Gibbs, that's good.
Yes.
It says
Glibs.
what he posted says, and I quote: "No, you should not use the term colored to describe people on Twitch." So it's saying like specifically describing a person on Twitch, but not like necessarily
European spelling of colored,
in like a historical term. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'd be like if it was a grandma. She's like, "Look at that sweet little,
Well, what's weird
boy,
is
and he
Gibbs
brought
said
me a
you
piece of
can't-
candy."
Just to be
You know,
clear,
they're like,
the
"That's
conversation was that Gibbs said I couldn't say NAACP. I couldn't say what that stood for. And I'm like, why couldn't I say colored? I didn't say it about like a person. I was saying it about an organization.
But
and that's why I would agree that it is a banned term, right? Obviously, unless you're using it in the context of like a historical context or like a group.
Okay. Yeah, but when Hunter says the NAACP and he spells it out, he's actually saying it in a racist way. But when anybody
it's because I thought the N was the bad part.
And true.
Okay, all right. Let's get started, fellas. So let me pull up the topic. Okay. Topic.
They had a Blackish episode about that.
About what?
I don't know what Blackish. About the word color. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. A recent article details how FBI Director Kash Patel has been dangerously bad at his job. The article paints Patel as an insecure, reckless drunk who is a hazard to the agency. FBI officers have been coping by working around the director rather than with him. This comes after both Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem were fired from their high-level positions. After reading the article, which Hunter did, amazing. All right, shout out to him.
Guys, I can't bear. I'm locked in.
After reading the article and considering your own observations of Patel, do you think he is a danger to the FBI? Should he have been made director? Does this reflect poorly on Trump for picking this individual? Or is Patel doing an excellent job, and this article, along with other media reports, are just hit pieces? Separately from all that, are Trump's political appointees doing a good job overall? So yeah, this was a article in The Atlantic titled the FBI director is MIA. This article, is pretty rough. It's pretty rough. It details another drunken incidences with Kash Patel, like really embarrassing ones. It is supposedly quite well sourced. So according to the article, I believe there's 24 sources. It came out, anonymous sources, to be clear, but 24 sources came out within and without the FBI throughout the administration, detailing their observations of Kash Patel. And Kash Patel seems to be quite nervous that his job is on the line. And like I stated previously, Trump has gotten rid of 2 individuals he'd been dissatisfied with. And the article states that it seems Trump, the admin, might actually be looking into him to get rid of him. But we'll have to see on that. But one way or the other, whether that actually does happen or not, I'd like to examine his record. I like to examine whether he's doing a good job. And then these political appointees, there've been a lot. This is not a single controversy that's been hitting a Trump political appointee. So I want to kind of look at the sweep of them and think how that's going. So we'll start with because Lactoid's not here, right?
I've recrowned my true spot at first, not only in your hearts but on your stream. And I'm here to give you the correct opinions for everyone else to copy and build off of. It's nothing about this is shocking. Kash Patel, leader and head of the FBI, is not a former member of the FBI. He has no background or responsibility. He was I think he was a attorney, U.S. attorney, and then he worked in defense, but nothing related to policing or FBI. So he was put in over this position simply because he ended up writing a book writing a children's book promoting Trump as the king, and said that he was gonna go after all of Trump's enemies. Like, and because of that seemingly almost alone, Trump liked it and decided he was going to put him in charge of the FBI. He's been a crippling failure in what seems to be every national thing he's been placed in front of, like the Charlie Kirk case. They didn't find out where that kid was. His parents turned him in. The FBI had absolutely nothing. But like that kid could have been on the run. Like days went by, and they were coming up on a cold case. And because the kid's family turned him in, immediately Kash Patel came out and claimed credit and said, "This is what good police work looks like. This is what happens when the good guys are go after him." He uses his position to ride on fancy private jets to go visit his girlfriend and to go travel to sports games, and he's just living like a kid in a candy store. But I can't think of a single like thing that I've seen he's done that he's been competent at. I think he got rid of every member of the FBI that had any connection to the Donald Trump investigations. He went through and fired them. Like even just people just randomly doing their job. They just got assigned to the case. I think he removed. And I mean, he could be next. I actually think Tulsi's next. I don't know. I don't know why Tulsi's still there, because Trump clearly hates her at this point. But and I think she's also pretty unqualified for her job. But yeah, well, I'll see what other people have to say. But no, this is like telling me that water is wet.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our friend Hunter.
Oof. Okay. I'm going to largely agree with everything Bam said. I don't know about the veracity of saying that he wrote a children's book and that's what Trump liked about him. The children's book does exist, but I think that mostly Kash's criticisms of the FBI as a prosecutor is kind of what rose him to the top. But I could be wrong. Maybe Bam could tell me where Trump read the children's book and liked it. Yeah, I mean, look, where do I even start? All I'm going to say is that I hope that you guys can imagine. I'm going to come in pretty biased, obviously. I mean, Bam mentioned Charlie Kirk. I hope that you guys recognize that with like a fucking motivated FBI director who had publicly stated that he was going to go after critics of January 6th. I had nightmares for fucking 2 weeks that he was going to come bursting through my door. Like I do genuinely like. There was like a very real, tangible effect that this affects other people. You know, like these aren't just hypotheticals. Largely speaking, not much is surprising. Trump is an extremely erratic president, and as an erratic president, he's going to hold on to people who are pretty erratic. There were a lot of reports recently that Trump has been barred from the Situation Room. Not barred necessarily, but like that there are specific incidents that don't occur that occur and they don't want Trump there, and they try to plan it around Trump so that he's not there when it happens because he's such an erratic person. I don't know. I think that the Trump administration is pretty damn indefensible. I could look at 20 different aspects of it and still come up and say that this is probably one of the most egregious administrations that we've had in my lifetime, easily. Maybe in the context of the United States of America, like historically, it's probably like a top 5 most egregious administrations. So I don't know.
Thank you. Let's go to our friend Corey.
Well, I pretty much echo all of the same sentiments that came before me in Hunter and Bam. And maybe I'll just add on a little bit. And, I guess maybe to get to the open to answer explicitly from the prompts of like, do I think Kash Patel is a danger to the FBI? Yes. Do I think he should have been made director? Obviously, the answer is no. And I would say, okay, to add on, if Republicans had any consistency, not that I expect them to, or I expect them to not, even someone like Gibbs should be against Kash Patel, since, at least according to his Wikipedia page, okay, Kash Patel is a DEI hire, so he must be incompetent, okay? As in, according to a questionnaire he sent to the Senate Committee on the Judiciary, Patel participated in the American Bar Association's Judicial Intern Opportunity Program, a diversity initiative, as a PACE student in 2003. So he's a DEI hire, therefore incompetent, as all DEI hires are. So he should have never been hired to begin with, and he should be fired right away. I'll leave it there for now.
Oh, it seems impeccable logic. We'll see if our friend Gibbs can penetrate that. But let's go to our friend Ali first. Please.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that that they made Patel the head of the FBI or whatever it is. It's just to me the racism alone would have struck me as like crazy, having the Indian guy leading the it was kind of nuts, especially during the times that we were in. It was crazy. But yeah, I know obviously this he shouldn't have gotten the job. Is he a danger to the FBI? Of course. Now, does it reflect poorly on Trump? Nothing reflects poorly on Trump. Okay, nothing to his supporters reflects poorly on Trump. Everything Trump does is gold, and if someone messes up, it's their fault. They were the ones who were an issue. They lied, they schemed, whatever it was. Trump can do no wrong to his voters, to his constituents. Like the MAGA base is never gonna. Everyone else will hold him accountable, but I mean, I don't know what good that does. I think it's crazy that the only things I know about Patel is that he's a drunk, that he went to the hockey game and cheered with the boys during war times, and that he flies his girlfriend around on private jets or whatever, or he uses the government jets or the government. She has her security, she has a whole thing, and that all of that. Like those aren't the only things I should know about an FBI director. Also, I feel like I shouldn't know much about the FBI director. He should be mysterious. He should be aloof. There should be someone that but here we are today. These are Trump's picks. He picks the craziest people. He's going to fire them all. He has fired them all. So all of his choices have been bad in accordance to him. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay. And finally, Gibbs.
I just love the double standards and the racism that the Dems just can't help but do. They just show their true colors every time. Every time we get on one of these panels and I say the great party switch never happened, they prove it. We've got Hunter and Prime and all them doing it right now. People always say the Republicans are racist. We have a vice president right now with an Indian wife. We have Pete Buttigieg. We have not Pete Buttigieg. We have
they trashed him.
We had
Kamala, remember?
We're gonna get back to people in a second, but we have Kash, Patel, an Indian American leading the FBI. These are wonderful times for just recently they traced it back. There was a National Socialist Org, go figure, that posted about the Bank of Texas giving out loans to Indians in Houston and how evil that was. And it's just always comes back to the socialists really are racist. Always all the way back to Karl Marx. First off, let's just go through the claims that Kash Patel is a drunk. He's already suing the Atlantic. It's already been filed allegedly as of 2 hours ago. So may or may not be true. But I do want to point out that people talk about the left not being able to meme. I don't know if they're not able to meme, but what they are not able to do is come up with an original thought. Did you remember a few months ago, right after Pete Hegseth got announced as the Secretary of War and everything? Oh, Lord, he's a drunk asshole. He ain't going to be able to do nothing. Now, whether or not you agree with what's been going on with the war with Venezuela and Iran, I think it's undisputable that Pete Hegseth has whipped the fire under their ass, and they're out there doing shit, lo and behold, no one's seen maybe in the history of man, militarily wise. We are beating that ass like it owes us money. I see Prime grimacing, but that's okay. Look at the KD ratio. It's a whooping, boys. Venezuela, they got discombobulated and got beat, and they lost how many Cuban special forces people? So many that they could stack a pyre and burn it. You can see it from the moon. You know how many Americans we lost then? Zero. Pete Hegseth has been an outstanding success as the Secretary of War. Whether you like him or not, he's got to whip the shit. Do y'all remember back when Republicans bitched about Pete Buttigieg, though? Oh, man, there's a transportation crisis happening. They can't fly nowhere. And then suddenly he's over there watching the World Cup, or was it the Olympics? One of the two, I don't remember. But he can fly over there with his husband, and that's all well and dandy. We support people flying their significant other others and seeing sports events when it's your partisan hack. But no, when Kash Patel does it, Lord, we just call this a double standard. I didn't even say anything about people who going to the game. I just said maybe it's not good to fly overseas to watch games while you're having a transportation crisis and you're the transportation head. But we get here now and y'all are bitching because this man's doing the same thing that Ted Cruz did, went a little vacation mid-thing. Also, you'll talk about him not being very effective. He just arrested all the leaders of what was it, 784, 748, that hate organization that was over here diddling kids and shit. They got a whole bunch of leaders arrested, dozens of them arrested. That's a big deal. We got him going after the fraud. He just announced fraud that was going to be going down and release arrest for the stuff that happened in 2020.
He announced fraud going down?
Yeah, he announced. Hey, hold on. Did I interrupt your opening? I didn't interrupt anybody's opening. He's over here announcing that investigations and cases of arrests are about to be made due to 2020 stuff in Fulton County. And then the next day, after he announces this, the Atlantic posts this story. It's just a hit piece to discredit. We see them doing this with Nick Shirley. We see them doing this with Patel. They see the writing on the wall. I know that Prime's going to protest that because it's about Christians and Jewish mythology and maybe Muslim. I don't know if they believe in the writing on the wall, but I know that they see the metaphorical writing on the wall and they see that they're having struggles over there and they know the fraud is coming down around their ears. And now y'all want to come for old Patel because he's doing the Lord's work. Also, I don't give a fuck if he gets fired for the record. As long as we get somebody else in there that fucking starts getting these arrests done. That's all I care about. Hashtag get threat.
So in that whole rant, I just want, like you brought up, like the JD Vance's wife. I want to ask you, do you base? Yeah, base to you because you individually don't care, but this guy gets reamed all day because his wife is Hindu, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's
they're
not
National Socialist infiltrators.
Do you think that hinders or benefits him when he's running for president in 2028?
I think that maybe we can curtail the
noble Republicans. Do you think the noble Republicans want a president with a Hindu wife?
I think that any based American believes that this is a
two kids with
pot,
non-American names.
Just because National Socialists have infiltrated parts of this party with their leftist ideology and racist ideologies, that we can cut them out and curb them to the wayside.
Just infiltrated.
Fucking dope. Okay, wait. Okay, I got a question. So your evidence that essentially the parties never switched is because the Republican.
That's not my evidence.
That there was a party switch.
I don't believe there's party switch.
Okay, but you think that it is indicative that the parties never switched because Kash Patel.
No, I don't think anything Kash Patel to do with the past party.
JD Vance's wife is Usha.
No, that is not my evidence for why the parties never switched.
Then why do you bring it up? Why do you fucking bring it up?
Because I brought it up many times. The parties never switched since then. That's why.
Bring it up, even though it's not evidence.
No, it is evidence. It is relevant because the KKK is ran by Democrats. They endorse Democrats. We have National Socialists. They endorse Democrats all the time. Richard Spencer being one. Nick Fuentes has done it before. This is all very common thing. We have the same argument from the 1860s. You remember when they said, "Hey, who's going to pick our crops? Who's going to pick our cotton?" No. You asked for evidence. I've given you evidence of all these different things.
Okay, wait, hold on. Here's the problem with your evidence. Okay, I could take them point by point, and then you're just going to go to the other point and say, "Well, what about this one?"
So, did the Democrats in the 1860s say, "Who's going to pick our crops? Who's going to pick our cotton?" Yes. Who said that? Did they say that in the 1860s when they were going to free slaves? Did they say that?
Yeah,
okay. Did the Democrats recently say that about illegal immigrants and say who's going to pick our crops? Yeah, they did. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I was saying I know this is a conversation. I just want this is my one. This is always my
Okay, cool. So you're good in the
silver bullet for this.
What did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican?
I just don't know because this doesn't have to be long. This doesn't have to be long. Gibbs, you're from the South, just like you're from Texas, even more so. Where the people around you, when they talk about Texas. Do they talk about their ancestors, their family members fighting for the Confederacy or the Union?
They talk about them fighting for the great nation state of Texas, the Republic, and they don't give a shit about the Confederacy.
Nobody
I have a question, Gibbs. Do you notice that the people who are in support of the Confederacy, do they tend to be more Republican or Democrat?
Now they tend to be more Democrat. David Duke,
really,
and some of these other ones, Richard Spencer, and all these things.
Wait, no. Let's average dude. And by the way, Richard Spencer and David Duke did endorse Donald Trump in 2016. So.
I don't know the only people that I know that support the Confederacy are all Democrats now. So I can't feel like that is a fair argument. Growing up, that might have been different, but
I'm
that's
appealing
not the
to the
case
audience
now.
here.
That's not the case
have
now.
the Confederacy flag? Is that a thing?
I've only met 2 people who have a Confederate flag. They are the most diehard Republicans I've ever met in my fucking life. And
that's very convenient because
all
the ones I knew
usually MAGA supporters, as far as I can tell. Like when I go to like the northern parts of Michigan, which are the Republican parts of Michigan, when you leave the cities, right, when you get into the agricultural areas and so on and so forth, you tend to see a lot of MAGA flags, and then you see you'll see someone with like a weird to see a Confederacy flag in Michigan, but I think they're doing it just to prove a point. You know, I think they're doing it just to prove a point. Like this is where
I didn't know Michigan fought for the Confederacy. Did you?
They didn't. I'm saying it's the people that with the ideology that go along with that type of shit. They kind of do it with the antagonism part.
Here's my problem with this. If you ask me which side tends to suck on Stalin's dick too much, I would say the left so quickly. Am I part of the left? Of course. Am I willing to criticize my own base? Of course.
I'm willing to criticize my own base.
Why the fuck can't you recognize that there are fucking villains in your base?
There are villains.
Which villains? Which dictators? Which dictators are ideologically similar to you?
I would say many African juntas would be very similar to what we have going on. They're very right wing in their beliefs. They're very regressive.
Gibbs is a Muslim at heart. He just doesn't know it.
I would say
he's an Islamist at heart.
I would actually argue, despite the alliance between the Muslims and the socialists, that most Muslims are actually right wing in most regards. Although in America they've been, they decided to ally with the socialists, which are the lefties.
Yeah, you know why they're not. You know why they're not right wing, even though they're conservative. They're more conservative socially.
Yeah, do you think Saudi Arabia is?
Wait, are you asking or are you?
No. I feel like I have an answer. I feel like that largely speaking, Muslims in most religious communities, Catholics, I would say the same thing. Like Latin American countries, those immigrants tend to vote Democrat, even though they're a lot socially conservative. Why is that? I would probably say because the Republicans are fucking racist.
Yeah,
they push the other. Yeah, they push all of the Muslims to the left, even though they don't want to be there. They largely speak, and like whatever. This is painting with a broad brush. Obviously, Muslim community.
Wait, you think that like Saudi Arabia, for example, would fall right wing or left wing? All the Saudis I know
right wing.
All the Saudis I know here in San Antonio with all our military bases, the ones that have gotten citizenship, all vote Republican, right? Why? Because they're capitalists. They believe in conservative values, whether that's Muslim or what. Hey, so I'll openly say, if you want to call Saudi Arabia,
they come here with money, so they're just doing the tax shit.
How convenient!
It's not convenient. Arabs, most people will tell you, they believe that if you vote Republican, it's better for their wallet. Like the average person will tell you, if Republicans don't like taxes, and Republicans, they Democrats are not the fiscally conservative ones, right? Like Democrats are willing to spend money on social programs. Republicans don't want to. They don't want to tax you, so on and so forth. That's like the claim. And so, especially if you're coming over here with money, right, you're going to vote Republican. You're not going to vote Democrat, especially if you're a conservative, like you're coming from Saudi or you're coming from Dubai. The last thing you want is the implementation of these social programs or these social freedoms. So you're going to come vote Republican because it's going to benefit your wallet and it's going to benefit your Sharia wants.
I mean, I'm just saying, you asked me to name stuff that would fall in that. I think many African juntas would fall. I think many Muslim countries
and I'm saying you're an Islamist by heart. Like you do agree to an extent with Sharia. It's just you're not in the in
Gibbs'
group.
version of Sharia. As long as
it's just that you're not part of the in group. If the Christians were doing Sharia, right? If America was doing its own, which it is kind of.
Honestly, you think I would be in the Christian in group for Sharia?
Not Christian, but like America. Right? That's why I switch it to America.
But Gibbs, you would be in favor of cutting people's hands off if they steal. Like you are that kind of fucking aggressive.
Cutting, he means shooting them.
If you catch them in the act, maybe
exactly.
But if they get away,
I do want to move back to the topic at hand. Right?
Let's talk about that Indian man.
It's like
well, Gibbs, do you disagree with any of the prompt questions before we do you think Patel is good? Do you think this looks good for Trump?
The problem I have is is that this seems very much like the playbook, right? What was this? All right, listen, I know y'all don't agree with my assessment of Hegseth, but I have seen the complaints about Hegseth. It's like a viability as a leader pretty much evaporate. Why? Because I think it's pretty clear Hegseth, whether you like what he's doing, has definitely gotten the military to be effective, right? And so,
does that include the Iranian school bombing?
Anyone thought the U.S. military was bad at bombing?
Sure, bro. You know what? In fact, yeah. You know what?
America was never bad at war.
I hope they bombed the Iranian school on purpose.
Wait, Gibbs.
Because y'all keep bringing this up like it's an ode. Miss all the time. But whenever you sit here and you only have one out of the last 50 exercises go bad, I gotta say that's pretty goddamn good ratio.
Gibbs, do you think Hegseth is the reason we're better at war, or do you think the military has just always been really good at war, regardless of kind of who you would have put up there? Do you think Hegseth has anything to do with it, or is he just a guy who's there?
I think he's changed doctrines quite a bit. The doctrines we've used is different than what we used under previous admins by far. I think that is pretty clear. If you see her stuff, so okay, I'll give you an example, and I'm going to use
war crimes now. We don't care.
Hold on. We always did war crimes for America. We just win.
No, he's more open about it.
No, I'm not sure. I guess I'm not even going to bash Obama when I say this, right? When I talk about surgical strikes, okay, Obama's famous for what? Bombing that American with the drone. Okay, whether or not we agree with that
terrorist.
Sure, whatever. That's not really the point. The difference is, as opposed to what we were doing with Obama and Bush, where it's the drone strikes and they're keeping stuff secretive. What Hegseth's done is he's gone back to a lot more of the hybrid, where we use the troops, where we go in, we get out, we do quick strikes. We're not going to do the long, prolonged kind of war where it's shock and awe, and then we use the drones. It's very much surgical, as opposed to what. Now, if this war turns into a quagmire, I don't think that's his fault, because we still have to put troops on the ground. If we do it,
why we use drones rather than boots on the ground?
Why? Tell us
why we tend to do that. Because it doesn't cost American lives.
It doesn't cost American lives. Now, back to what I was saying. We did put boots in the ground in Iran, right? And we got our soldiers out that crashed, right? That was a big deal. I think that the way
it's not us putting boots on the ground. That's us crashing and someone having to save. So it costs a lot of fucking money.
The military excellence.
Hold on. We had troops land, right? They landed and got these guys out, correct?
That crashed there. Yeah, they did.
No, but the ones that saved him, the ones that saved him.
Did they put troops on the ground in Venezuela and grab Maduro? Yeah, they did. All right, that's a lot different than troops on the ground in the sense, okay, we're going to occupy Afghanistan and we're going to fucking fight here. We're going to do it. Even if you look at the way the wars have been executed, even if you thought we were going to go into Afghanistan and be quick, we went in there and bombed their infrastructure, we were in and out, whatever. And now, even after that, we still had troops on the ground going in right off the jump almost, right? After the initial bombings. We had not done that in Iran. We didn't do that in Venezuela. We put troops on the ground and we got in and out. Right, the whole thing took less than 20 minutes total, or some crazy shit, right?
Because we changed the regime. We took one guy. It was a bad military operation.
It was a fantastic military operation. I don't see the point that you're missing here is
not even about. Wait, let's get back to I'm just saying that.
The point that I'm making is these are the same arguments that y'all made about Hegseth, right? About that y'all are making about Patel. So whenever it seems like we do this a lot, where it comes up again, where the same arguments are made about these leaders each and every time, right? Why is the left reusing the same insults? Always a drunk. Always this. That's the exact.
That's just what the person is. It's not an insult. That's just like a description of the person.
Well, allegedly,
do you think Bondi was competent? Do you think Bondi was competent? She shouldn't have been fired.
I guess not. She was not competent. She got fired.
Okay, what about Christy Noem? Do you think
that's your evidence?
I mean, I don't know what with that. I don't know about. I think Christy Noem is competent. I disagree with her firing. Okay. I think she was a victim of optics. However, she's already been put in a bigger role. It looks like fixing to go down. So I guess, she's falling backwards, upwards. So that's crazy. But sure, I'm not sold or attached to Patel by any loyalty kind of thing. If he gets fired, I don't give a shit. As long as the work gets done. That's what I care.
What's the work? What's he doing?
Well, I mean, he's announced arrests that are going to be made for this Fulton County thing. I want more of this fraud shit done. It looks like there's already 4,000 cases have been announced for fraud under JD Vance's task force.
Okay, sure, but that's not any of the criticisms that anyone levies against Kash Patel. So it feels like
what are the criticisms other than?
Well, can I throw out mine?
Sure.
Can I throw out mine? extremely inappropriate for an FBI director to be so biased against Democrats, and I hope you can understand that sitting here as a pretty outspoken Democrat with something that Kash Patel said he was going to take over, like that, it freaked me out. It probably freaks out a lot of people, with the director of the FBI calling Democrats evil, vicious, vindictive people. Like, that seems extremely inappropriate.
Sure, I get that, but maybe it's because, like, I guess it's fair play, kind of. Do you remember, like, this is like a few years ago now? Do you remember after Obama got in office and all the accusations came out about how they were investigating conservative organizations for, like, all sorts of stuff, but they weren't investigating Democrat ones? That was a big controversy, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Do you remember this?
No.
Like, all right, well, you can look it up. It happened, but it was the IRS scandal was going into it. Like,
so
all these things.
He did it. We get to do it. That's the idea.
I mean, my thing is this. Like, I want to put up that meme where it's like first time. Like, we have biased leaders in office each time. That's part of what happens when you put a new administration in.
Yeah, but FBI directors are like for example, Pam Bondi, right? Like, Department of Justice and the FBI director kind of are supposed to work independently of the president. And when
did you say the IRS is supposed to work independently of the president?
No. I said
I'm asking
DOJ.
Do you think the IRS should, like, because they do prosecutions and stuff?
The IRS. I don't know what the norms are for the IRS communication with the.
I think
president.
you just set the mission of what their goals, what the IRS's goals are. But yeah, I wouldn't want.
What I do know is that the
DOJ
and the FBI should work completely independently of the executive branch, or not the executive branch, from the president of the United States.
Why?
That's the norms of ensuring that fucking when Donald Trump just tweets, Pam Bondi, go investigate these 3 specific people because they talk shit, that shit doesn't happen. That the DOJ isn't motivated in the direction of the president of the United States. And that sort of communication wherein the DOJ feels obligated to listen to the demands of the person who nominated her. That doesn't occur. And
I mean, you're saying this, but hold on. This is not dangerous. A norm. This is not a norm. I feel like
What's not a norm? That the president doesn't communicate to the DOJ who to prosecute? Absolutely, it's a norm.
No, that the FBI and all these others haven't sit here and been partisan for decades.
That's not.
How about Mueller? How about fucking the Russiagate thing? Like, how about we literally have evidence now that Russiagate was totally a hoax. Like, it was totally a hoax.
Why do people say that? It did. Russiagate wasn't a hoax. It's factually true that Russia was meddling in our in elections via Facebook.
Yeah,
that did happen.
Listen, every organization, every government is probably interfering in our elections with some sort of bots. I'm not arguing that
it was a hoax.
It is a hoax in the sense that they made it out to be. No. It is a hoax. No, it is a hoax in the sense that we're going to investigate. They're saying there wasn't any kind of Russian collusion. They're saying Trump was in on it. All this bullshit. We know that was unequivocally false now at this point.
I think Trump was talking like it worked directly with someone that was connected to the Russian government.
We have proven this has been false. This has been falsely proven.
Now, I don't know if Trump directly asked. I'm not putting it past him.
Yeah, I think proven false.
Who was it? That he was connected to somebody that was directly connected to the.
I don't know enough about the Mueller report.
Yeah, I mean, and then Tulsi's even put out recent things saying right now that they've released a whole bunch of evidence saying Obama knew that it was a hoax and the collusion hoax was a thing from the start, and it was subverting the system. My problem is that we've always had partisan. The FBI is the executive. Trump is the head of the executive branch. I know you don't like that Trump is the head of the executive branch. Hold on. Listen.
You think I have an issue with Donald Trump talking to the Congress people?
I will openly admit I'm the first one to criticize a Dem when they use executive powers. However, I'm not going to criticize them for the Dem executive branch doing Democratic executive things. I'm going to bitch at them as a whole. But you're over here going, the head of the executive branch should be insulated against the people working under him in his own organization. That's dumb as fuck, bro. Come on.
Gibbs, I'm going to be so honest. Sometimes you talk and you're the most anti-American person I've ever listened to.
How is this anti-American? I'm advocating for the
set up since the beginning.
That's not true at all. The FBI has been used since the American beginning.
No, but the norms specifically that I'm pointing to.
So I'm talking about the checks and balances established. The executive head is the president, correct? The FBI is under the executive head. Therefore, the executive should answer to the commander-in-chief, the president. You are the one who's denying the constitutional checks and balances put forth by the Constitution. I mean, it's in the
what you're saying is so ahistorical and unlogical.
How is it ahistorical?
Where the fuck is Lactoid when you need him? This is not accurate to how the Justice Department works. It's supposed to act without.
The Justice Department is different than the Justice Department.
Than the DOJ.
The DOJ is different than the FBI. Is it correct?
Sure.
Oh, it was Michael Cohen. I knew it was someone. I'm sorry. Michael Cohen was directly connected to Trump. It was in the process of like making connection to build a hotel in Russia in regards to the Mueller report.
Or build a hotel.
No, but how you get a hotel approved in Russia is different from the United States. It's not just like I'm going to buy the land, be completely disconnected from the government. To build a hotel in Russia is to be connected to the Russian government, to be connected to the oligarchy. Like it's just how you get things done there. Whether anything's like you think
Russia's
that's good or bad, like it is, and Trump is obviously very smitten with Putin. He's never said anything poorly about Putin. Like the Mueller report wasn't a hoax. But back to Kash Patel. This thing we do now about not just Kash Patel, but every position of Trump's cabinet is they do some of the craziest, most insane things we've ever seen in our lives, and the only response is like we have to pretend like, oh, it's always been this way, bro, but it hasn't. Like it just hasn't been like this. None of these things are normal. It hasn't been normal that the head of the FBI is someone with zero FBI experience.
Sorry, someone is messing with their mic.
It's been like that since the beginning.
That's Gibbs.
Yeah, it's not me this time. I'm not even typing. I'm just sitting here. That's happened a few times now, but it's not been me.
My mic wasn't even on, so
okay. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not been normal that we had someone with no experience taking on such an important position. We've never seen them, like I said, so public, so vocal in what their goals and intentions are. And then again, we're like a year and a half almost into Trump's administration, and the things you're excited about is any day now they're gonna do this thing, and it's like when it's like they're gonna find all the fraud. Like in 4 years, are you gonna be saying the same thing?
We always have the concept. We always get the concept. We never get the plan, right? The plan seems to never end. It's ever changing, right? Much like our Constitution.
Well,
the plan always changes. In 2-3 weeks, Iran is supposed to be done. In 2-3 weeks, we're supposed to find the Kirk killer bubble. All these things, and nothing seems to get resolved. It's always the promise of something will get resolved. Hopefully,
it will be open until we close it.
Yeah, but hold on. Y'all remember you've been following this David case? I'm gonna promise this is gonna relate to the topic. You know the David case where the girl was chopped up and they found her in his Tesla.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. They just announced today or yesterday that they're arresting him. Okay. Now it's taken 3 or 4 months since they found up a girl chopped up in the back of his car. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I don't know if Prime drives or what he drives, but let's say Prime has a Honda Civic, right? And in that Honda Civic, he chopped up fucking some chick and put her in the back of it. Or there's a chopped up woman in there. Maybe Prime didn't chop him up. Maybe he did. I don't know what Prime's proclivities are. However, I guarantee you, if it had been me or Prime or Corey or Bam or anybody on this panel, if they had opened up the back of my car and found someone chopped up, they're going to go, hey, we're going to charge you with something. Now, since David's got lawyers, my assumption is he's got money, that they probably took their sweet ass time making sure they dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's in order to get this motherfucker. Now, that's what I'm hoping. Hopefully, it's not because they screwed up and wasted some evidence because it was sitting in the police parking lot. I think we talked about it on this panel once before. Maybe it's on the police, et cetera, et cetera. However, my hope would be that they've taken their time to do it right. Same thing with this shit. My hope would be that when they're announcing all these things that are being investigations, where they're announcing arrests, that they're sitting here taking their time to do it correctly. That is what I would hope that you would hope too, so that way we have airtight, open and shut cases where they can actually to charge criminals and get them for doing bad things. Now, what y'all are saying is, why aren't these all arrests happening? Do you want people to go and arrest people willy-nilly without them getting the shit done first and done properly? Or do you want them just to go in there and arrest and make a bunch of smoke and mirrors and nothing happen as always? Because I'm kind of sick of shit not ever changing. I want something to happen one way or the other because I'm tired of no change. I'm tired of status quo.
I'm saying that the administration only gets 4 years. And over, like I said, like a year and a half are gone, and nothing has happened yet. Like nothing has happened in regards to anything.
Well, so okay, what if they open the cases now? Let's just say they open up the cases now. Okay, and it doesn't go on, and it goes on through after Trump is out of office. Let's say President, I don't know, Buttigieg. Let's just go. President Buttigieg comes in, and he decides, hey, I'm going to put my husband in charge of the FBI, and then they're going to shut down all the cases. Are y'all going to sit here and go, you know what? There was nothing there.
I think it would be crazy if people just husband was over the FBI because he has no experience in the FBI.
That's not really the point. That's not the point I'm making. You can pick whoever he wants, but
you're still. He
puts whoever.
You're like Jared Kushner should just be in charge of the Middle East. Obviously, Chasten Buttigieg is going to be in charge of the FBI.
I think you're missing the point I'm making. The point I'm making is if these cases go past like Trump's time in office, like there's like arrests, there's investigations, it's open, and the new FBI director comes in, whoever that may be, whether they're qualified or not, and they decide, okay, we're going to shut all these cases down. Are you going to have a problem with that?
Yeah, I think that would be a bad thing if they just shut them down unilaterally.
Which cases? What are we talking about?
I guess all the fraud. So I want to ask you now, Gibbs, do you think that it's bad to unilaterally shut down investigations and prosecutions and cases?
Sure. I mean, I guess depends, but I would say it's all situational. More times than not that I would say it's suspicious.
It's very nuanced.
Yeah, I think it's pretty suspicious that the
Trump it is nuanced.
It's shutting down all of the suspicious conspiracy cases against the Proud Boys and the J6ers. I want to know why.
Sure, I don't particularly like that either, but whatever. If we talk about scale of 1 to 10, I gotta say, I'm sick of
my answer.
The January. No, I mean, really though, like we keep coming, y'all keep going. Well, Gibbs brings up other stuff. Y'all y'all bring in January 6th like clockwork. It signals one thing.
Yep. Because it was an attempted coup of the fucking American government.
Okay, cool. You know what? I'll grant that if BLM is a coup too, and so is the Chaz. Cool. They're all coups. They're all bad. Do we agree with that?
No.
BLM is a how is a BLM a coup of the government? Like you can say there were riots, you can say whatever, but you can a coup.
Okay, I will say it's outright revolution. Then would you say it's an outright revolution or civil war?
The beginnings of one.
Revolutionary.
Am I a revolutionary, dude? Because I was on the street with my kid, dude.
You might be. Who knows? Maybe. Hey, somebody FBI Patel. The first it was Charlie Kirk, and now he's admitting to being a revolutionary with BLM. See what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. This is crazy.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't think you give the same groups. You don't give the same groups on your side the
I've said that the people that tried to storm I said they should be shot for storming the Capitol. What are you talking about? I said if I'd been in charge, I would have said open up on them. I even told 2 of the Proud Boys to their face. Like I was like, hey, what was it? I can't even think of the guy's name, but I told 2 of them on the panel with like Destiny and Andrew Wilson and some others. I was like, listen, these people should be there you go, thank you. I told them they should have been shot for storming it. If I'd been in charge, that's what I would have done. There should have been a trial. That's don't be coming and tell me I'm saying this. I think all these people, fuck around and find out, and that's why you have the right to bear arms. Because you can shoot back.
Yeah, so you're against those pardons then.
Wait. You're in favor of shooting back to the
listen, I'm in favor of the Black Panthers have their arms and they think that someone's infringed on their rights, them using them. Now, if they do it and they fail, that's on them. If they do it and they win,
might makes right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Gibbs is a might makes right.
I know.
I'm pretty consistent on that.
Steals to that, yeah.
Well, it all does. If you really,
I don't know. I just so it all comes down to like, and again, you don't have strong attachment to Cash. I get it, but it all comes down to like you hope. I mean, I guess you're just being positive. You just hope things work out. I guess.
Mm-hmm. I believe it will. He also believes it will.
I want these investigations to go down. I'm glad to see movement on them. If you told me like 6 months ago they would be investigating Fulton County, which was like when Georgia was decided by 11K votes for the Biden election, and now we're finding discrepancies after I was told for years there was. Oh, here we go. Like, listen, we'll find all sorts. But they found a house with 132 voters to it, and there's not 132 people.
100.
Did they vote?
Yeah, allegedly.
Okay, so then
No. Were they registered voters or did they vote in the 2024 election?
I'll find you.
Could have been like a giant, like a 8-story apartment complex. They could have called it like a house. I don't know.
But Gibbs,
you could be connected to the same address.
You would, so then if nothing materializes in the next, let's say, 2 years, you would consider that a failure, I imagine.
I would say, yeah, if nothing materializes within the next 2 years.
Okay, and would you say Doge was a failure?
No, Doge has been very effective.
Very effective.
You know, Musk fired my wife, right?
Wait, what? She fired?
Musk fired my wife. Yeah, my wife worked for USAID.
That sucks for her. I mean, good. I'm glad she got fired. No offense. I'm sure she's a nice lady.
You don't even know what she did.
I hope she finds a new job, but USAID needs to go completely.
But why do you think Doge was a massive success?
Well, listen, I don't wish any ill will on anybody that got fired from the government, but the government shouldn't have provided those jobs in that capacity because they was a fucking scheme, a fraud. It was a whole.
You don't even know what the fuck she did.
I don't know. I just want
the fact that she had the job in that department.
He just knows that your wife is a fraud. He doesn't need to.
I'm not saying she was one. She might have been doing good work, but being bamboozled with her good work could be just much like Satan takes God's good works and corrupts them. Her good work was probably being corrupted by these evil dibs. Because I believe Hunter and his wife are probably good people and they're not corrupt. I don't think they're sitting here paying back.
Probably.
Yeah, I believe you're an idealist. However, that doesn't mean good intentions, pave the way to hell or whatever. It does mean that.
Did you care about USAID 3 years ago? Like,
no,
this is something that's like.
I've always hated USAID. I fucking hate the idea that we've been using the soft power the way we have. Why are we paying countries that hate us? They can hate our ass for free.
Tell me something that Trump doesn't typically
not
talk
hate our
about
country.
that you hate right now.
They do hate us. Wait, what?
What's something that Trump doesn't like? Isn't one of Trump's talking points that you hate right now? You think like,
I hate the beef deal with Argentina. That shit's bullshit. Terrible.
That's because it affects you and the beef prices.
I don't like his gun laws that he's pushing.
Also
I don't like that. I don't like that
he's
pushing
his politics as well.
Sure. I mean, yeah, but I vote local. I mean, he's also pushing a national THC hemp bill that I'm not a huge fan of. Not fan of that. I thought we were going the opposite way with THC and hemp legalization under Trump, but instead he's pushing a bill that's going to reclassify a lot of shit. It's going to reclassify marijuana, but it's going to criminalize a bunch of the fucking hemp shit. So, I mean, it's like a mixed bag. Not a fan of that. There's lots of things. I don't like his exact policy with Mexico. I wish he was being more aggressive. They
are doing some good stuff with marijuana reclassification.
Yeah, but now they're fucking hemp farmers.
That's somebody's like, oh, I think Trump is terrible. I think that that may be something that ends up getting right. I think, unfortunately, not only, but most likely a Republican would be the person to pass regulation related, like good policy related to marijuana, just because Republicans.
What the fuck are we talking about?
They get that tax money.
You just asked me what things I didn't like.
Wait, hold on. Democrats pass legalizing marijuana way more consistently than
it's not. No, I understand on the state level. I'm saying that to get the proper support from a federal level. I'm saying that Republicans push back against Democrats doing things. I'm saying if it comes from a Republican side, then it
wouldn't come from a Republican side.
I think weed's one of those things that Republicans will actually move on.
They get a lot of money tax revenue.
What the
shit?
Yeah, but they've got an evangelical base that they are not going to be touching like that.
No, I think
you don't think Christians smoke weed?
I think even
I don't think they'll deny it.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll deny when they're gay.
I think weed and being gay are drastically different things. Arguably, the Christian being gay is worse than being
insightful analysis as always.
Yeah, I try.
You'll have a hard time finding I'm about to say just because I live in Republicanville. Well, I used to, not anymore. But I grew up in Republicanville. You'll have a hard time even today finding Republicans that are okay with people going to jail related to marijuana. Also, it doesn't happen super often, but that's the stereotype of what they hear when weed. People shouldn't go to jail for weed.
They also paradoxically don't think that weed should be legal because then everyone's going to be smoking weed in their driveway,
which will lead to heroin and cocaine use.
Okay, personally, maybe I just live in a different Republican area than you do, but I do live in a Republican area, and I do think that is the sentiment amongst most of my family and friends.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want people smoking.
Republican voters don't want weed, but politicians are probably more.
All the Republicans I know smoke weed, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if they know you, that makes sense.
Hold on, even the Christian ones, even the devout, goody Christians, I gave up alcohol, now I smoke a J and read my Bible.
What
It
the
just feels like
you?
it just feels like
Hold on.
Cash
First off, I live in
Pokemon.
Utah, so like it is a very.
Well, those are Mormons. They're not Christians, so
Whatever. I
I
don't care
mean-
about that. They would disagree, but I don't care enough.
yeah. Well, they can disagree, but they're apostates, just like the Eastern Orthodox. You know, it's
Is there anything? I mean, I don't know. It just feels like everything related.
You're tilting
to
no
Patel
one. I don't give a
It's
fuck.
just based off of it's just based off of hope
I know
and
you
cope.
Oh, but you just asked me the names of policies, and I named like 3 right off the top of my head. Like,
No,
like,
I
sure there's
actually
a
want
bunch
you
of-
to disagree with Trump about, or some things that Trump hasn't mentioned. You even have to say things you disagree with. Just things that like that you. I knew you weren't an NPC, but like something that wasn't like a talking point. Like,
I mean, I even came on here and was like, okay, when he's blowing up the boats, I think like, okay, I was like, this is a slippery slope thing. You know, I'm a little
I think
concerned about this.
I think that's bad enough. On
Yeah,
the
I mean, yeah, that's just a slippery slope all the way back from Bush and Obama, right? Like they just continue that slope. Like I think that's something we should talk about. But like, you know, it's all sorts of things. Like they're just like people are painting it. Like I'm like not like, oh, I trust the government. I'm a Texan. We don't trust big government, you know, at all. Like there's all sorts of issues. You know, Trump's not enforcing the water treaty with Mexico. Why is that? Like that's a thing that I wish was done. Where's our fucking water, Mexico? I want it. You know, like all sorts of shit. Like I just it's just not like a young. And then Corey's gonna go, oh well, it affects him. Well, it does affect me. That's how I vote. I vote on things that affect me.
Yeah.
But I like people that are idealists and don't vote on things that affect you. You're a fucking dumbass. I'm sorry. Like y'all should vote on the shit that affects you. And maybe if more people were greedy, we could actually get shit done because people would be honest about what they want, and we can actually fucking have compromises that fix people's problems. Instead, people want to argue like there's some idealist, higher, holier than thou kind of person. Oh no, I want everybody to get free healthcare. Well, who's going to pay for that? Oh, well,
Weirdly-
yeah, somebody should.
To be fair, Israel
Weirdly, I
Palestine
do-
didn't divide the left, and we got purity tested on that one. So
Weirdly, I do think I'm gonna agree with Gibbs, but maybe not in the way that he likes.
Sure.
I think that very often Trump supporters get branded as cultists, and I don't know how fair that is as often as we give
completely
it.
fair.
Just give me a sec.
It's
I
not
think that
fair.
you're gonna agree with my analysis a little bit more than you
I
think.
won't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think that they are critical of Donald Trump with topics that concern them. And I think largely speaking, Trump supporters just don't fucking care about sexual assault. They don't care about bribes. They don't care about corruption. All they care about are
Immigrants.
yeah, immigrants is a big one. If you're not fucking kicking enough immigrants every day, then they will get mad and they will start to not like you. And if you start, I think the wars, they are pretty anti-war. They are pretty like, let's focus on America. Why are we spending so much money? But it's mostly through the lens of why are we spending so much money in Iran? It's not why are we bombing Iran, right? And it's always through that lens. So I do think that largely speaking, yeah, like Trump supporters do have their own ethos. Their ethos is fucked though.
Yeah, but hold on.
No.
And do you agree or no?
I disagree. The
Okay, that's
Republican
fine.
Party is like pro 80%, like 80+% on the Iranian war. Like they are like
Yeah, because
Well,
it's
MAGA?
America
overall
first.
approval rating of it, but Republicans are lockstep with whatever he says.
Yeah, because what he's doing is
No, I think
America-
MAGA is. I don't think Republicans are. I mean,
I think
MAGA's
even
lost a
Republic-
lot.
No,
I mean,
MAGA's
between
like
Tucker-
90% plus.
Yeah, but Republicans I don't think are 80%. I think Republicans are. If you take out MAGA, I'd say they'd probably maybe 60%, maybe 50. Like
Yeah, but
I'd lean
a
more
lot of like
towards 50.
Republicans are anti-Iran already. But the thing is with this, right? With Iran, it seems like the continuation of a war that's been going on since they got around,
47
like put in power. Yeah. I mean, like I would argue Iran's kind of a weird exception. We've been wanting to take out Iran for a while. The thing that I think is more like indicative. If say we were like going to go and get involved like directly in Gaza, that would be something I think MAGA would immediately revolt. And I think the other thing is like y'all lump Trump, anybody that supported Trump in like a category MAGA. I get put in here MAGA as all the time. I literally bought all the Trump books, read them, and put them on display just because people call me MAGA because I knew it was going to trigger them. It's easy to trigger people. Hey, we're going to get the libs or whatever. But like, I am not MAGA. I fucking break from MAGA all the time on all sorts of issues. And when I'm sitting here going, oh, like, hey, this is affecting my ranch. right? Before Trump did the beef thing. And even then, I think it's only slowed down my ranchers turning around as opposed to like completely fucked us. I'm sitting here going, oh, if I go to the left and I say, hey, XYZ is happening, I have illegal aliens destroying stuff on my ranch. We have coyotes destroying this kind of stuff. I have all these other things happening. And then I go and tell these people, and the people on the left, and this is not people here, but it was on this panel one time, and it's been on Wix, it's been on a whole bunch of, and I bring these concerns up, and when I go vote, y'all go, fuck you, rich Texan landowner. Well, who do you think if my choice is the side that's saying fuck you, rich landowner, or the side that's saying, hey, we're going to do something about your problem, or hey, we're going to listen to it at least, or like, hey, maybe just saying not go fuck yourself. I'm obviously going to go vote on that side. That doesn't make me MAGA.
Okay.
So well, you are MAGA.
Just to
I'm
clarify
looking at the Reuters poll has Republicans at 75%.
Yeah, I saw
70%. Let's give Corey a shot. Go ahead.
So just to clarify something, so understandably, let's say you brought up immigration as like something you're concerned about, given where you are. So then, would you consider it a failure if, like, before Trump leaves office, there's no actual legislation passed that addresses immigration? And then because that leaves the door.
Yeah, I would call that a failure. Yeah, there's no immigration.
All it is executive order. Well, from what I can tell, there's no even conversation or any sort of semblance of they're gonna actually do that. They're just gonna rely.
I mean, it could be both a failure and a victory. Like if he gets a lot done or something under the executive orders, so where even if they don't put legislation in, maybe that's a victory. I've always been advocated. I want it to be immigration reform. If you want to come here and work and you only got two pennies to rub together and you want to work, fuck yeah, bring them in, boys. I just want to know who's coming, bring them in. I'm pretty liberal when it comes to what I want for immigration reform. However, I am a little against draconian when it comes to I want the fucking most secure northern, most secure southern. I don't want anybody coming from either ocean. I want us to have
very few people are coming from Canada and the United States.
Sure, yeah, sure. But regardless, well, listen, I don't give a shit if it's one person. It's one person too many. I don't give a shit where they're coming from. I want the walls. I want. It doesn't have to be a real wall. It could be a hybrid wall. It could be satellites. Whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it's secured. I want it secured. I'm pretty liberal on immigration reform, but I would agree if there's. It could be a mixed bag, but he would have to get a lot more done than what he's not done currently. And secondly, I would like some kind of legislation done. That would
because I think. You should agree that just doing it by executive order is not a good long-term solution?
No. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Okay.
And probably advocating for a Republican bill to be tanked that was endorsed by the Border Security.
Oh, that was a terrible bill. I absolutely tanked that bill right from the start.
What a coincidence.
That was a bad bill. It was a bad bill. And listen, if you're actually in Texas and you knew all the shit, that bill wasn't going to do squat. It was not enough. And we also offered a bill before that what's his whole name? I can't think of. Schumer shut down before that in what was it? Before that, the bill you're talking about, it was, I believe, 2016 or 2017. We offered one up and they shut it down. So yeah, I'm not going to bite that. I'll bite that bullet. I fought that battle. I think I fought that battle against you, motherfucker, on a couple of panels.
Me? Maybe.
Yeah, I think we debated that one several times.
Maybe. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I might be wrong. It's been many moons.
I guess I was going to say, since because I made several attempts to bring it back to Cash. But speaking to the way that he's done the cabinet broadly, it just seems to be a continuation of the way Trump does everything around him. He doesn't seem that interested in competence. He seems interested. Well, he's not even actually. I even
Loyalty.
misread him somewhat. Well, it's not even just that, because Pam Bondi was loyal as hell. She would suck that man's dick. Right.
Yeah, but she made him look bad.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's about it's loyalty, but it's loyalty, and also making him look good.
Wait, do you have a problem when an administration person gets fired from any cabinet because they make their administration look bad? That's pretty common, right?
I don't think
Depends
that.
on how
I
they
mean,
make it
I
look
don't think that cabinet heads change super often. I don't think that's very common.
It's pretty common.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Donald Trump's administration
I don't think it.
kind of known for rotating as more than almost any other administrations.
Bro, I mean, even then, once again, this is kind of I don't know.
Trump is a you're fired guy. He's known.
Yeah, but I don't know that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he fires people to get somebody in place to get his job done. I mean, but I don't know that. Maybe this is just me, but I don't know if I really
Probably
count.
is.
I mean, well, hold on. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
I don't know that I put that much stock into cabinet heads, like in general, as like that being an indicator of whether they're getting the job done right. Let's look at history. I think it's a good example of this. Do you remember when Ulysses S. Grant? I mean, obviously we don't actually remember, but if you remember history,
Like
Ulysses
yesterday, I remember it.
like yesterday, right? We're all vampires, guys. If you didn't know this, we're all what do they call that? Adrenochrome. Anyway, long story short,
what the fuck?
It's a joke because we're never mind. Anyway, we got Ulysses S. Grant. The Congress wouldn't let him put the people he wanted in the cabinet positions. So what did he do? He goes, okay, I'll just make him deputy cabinet. I'll appoint who they want. And then he never met with his official cabinet ever. And he had what he called the kitchen cabinet, right? And that's what he meet with. And so I think when they're doing things like that, I don't know that it's indicative that we're having turnover at a cabinet level is indicative of anything like administration wise, because I feel like that's happened many times where they're going to just go with the people that are getting the job
weird
done.
Thing about your argument here is you're basically saying that the cabinet might just be like a
figureheads.
Yeah, like figureheads. But why would you rotate the figureheads? It doesn't matter if they're doing a bad job.
Because they're the ones taking the heat. If they're doing a good job, you praise them and you give them laurels. If they're doing a bad job,
why are they getting so much heat constantly?
They're your scapegoat.
Why do you think? Why do they think the Republicans are calling Rubio like the president of like 4 countries and they're doing all the memes where he's got the Ayatollah's hat on, he's got the Colombian general's uniform on, and he's like.
If this goes bad, they're gonna blame Rubio. If the shit goes bad, they're blaming Rubio. Trump has all his scapegoats, but to that point though, that should tell you that Kash Patel isn't doing a good job. It's just someone that Trump nominated, so that when he fucks up, he can just outsource the blame onto him. So you
don't think it's suspicious that this Atlantic article came out the day or two after that he announced that he was going to do all these arrests?
He's been announcing doing all these arrests forever. You've been talking about him forever.
I feel like
you don't think it's suspicious. Come on, we know you're telling me.
No, Gibbs, come on. How many fucking announcements does the White House make, and how many fucking news hit pieces on someone in the Trump admin happen? Of course, some of these are going to happen.
But you don't think they have
each other.
Coincidentally, you don't think they do? Oh, hold on. All right, come on. All right, do you agree that the news in modern day is like the Joel of the news?
No,
is the sell stuff.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Do you think that it behooves them whenever someone's in the news, like Kash Patel announcing, we're going to do this Fulton County arrest, to maybe save that story if it's not time critical to drop it when it's in the news cycle? Would you not agree with that?
Largely,
you don't think the news would love for there to actually be something here, some meat on this bone?
I think that one of the worst optical nightmares that they could possibly have is that they had critical information about a Trump admin and then held onto it for when it's beneficial to them. I think that makes them look fucking awful.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. If they do it within a week or two, if it's like a month or 6 months, yeah, sure. But if it's we're gonna hold off until we do it Friday.
So wait, hold on. So what's the coincidence? You agree then that they had hit pieces and they maybe just saved it. You were saying it was a conspiracy, they
I'm not saying
it's in response.
I'm not saying it's. Well, hold on. I guess you can say.
Okay. So then what's the problem? What's the problem with
the problem? Is that it's just propaganda. Propaganda.
It's not propaganda because you agree that it's true. They just held on to it for a.
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he's got a drinking
So then,
problem.
how did they get this information?
Hold on, you live in Utah. Compared to you, probably everybody's got a drinking problem.
I don't know. I just think now's the only relevant time this article could came out.
Everybody got a drinking problem.
I don't think you could drop this article prior to the previous.
I had my first drink when I was 30.
I think it's the fact of
I rest my case.
Clearing house. And somebody decided to work on an article like Kash Patel seems relevant to this.
So
I never called him an alcoholic. That's what
the Clarence called him now.
So 2 things. One, cool. If you're talking about the media sitting on stories when they are newsworthy, I agree. That's what we're talking about, right?
I mean, I'm not talking about months. I'm talking about let's hold it for a week until we know that he's about to announce this thing, right? So let's wait until we drop it after the announcement. I'm talking a couple days, a week, not months and months and months.
I can see that happening. The strategic, if there's if what you're saying, what Gibb is saying is that hey, when can I drop a story for maximum impact?
Right.
Be maximum number
and money for them.
For money. Yeah, that's exactly. So that seems reasonable to me. I think news organizations have done so much worse in the past that timing a story doesn't seem too far fetched. Now, the thing that I remember, right? It's not quite like this, but it's sort of like this. Was Catch and Kill, right? For during the David Pecker from the National Enquirer, he would like catch, meaning he would pay for anti-Trump stories, and then he wouldn't publish them. That's another way of doing these things. Like we know that happened. There's plenty of documentation of him doing that for like when we were making accusations about Trump. He caught him and then he wouldn't release, catch and kill. That's the thing that happened. But beyond that, there's
isn't it just relevant
also,
the fact? I'm sorry, not because you hadn't said anything at all. I'm just saying, isn't it also just relevant that like Trump has just now went on this firing spree and like it's created the concept of like people's trying to figure out who's next. Like I imagine, like hey, type of story related. It's like we've been doing these followings on Kash Patel. Seems like Trump's trying to, Trump's getting a little antsy. He starts getting rid of people.
Wow.
Kash Patel seems to fit the bill of somebody that he wants.
But he also wants results.
Let me finish my my thought, and then we can jump right into that. I mean, so yes, it was catch and kill. That's the thing that happened. David Pecker did that for them in the National Enquirer, right? We got plenty of documentation to show exactly that happened. He would like buy the stories and then he just wouldn't release them. And then you couldn't like take the story anywhere else. He bought the rights to the story. So if anyone else tried to print the story about Trump, and his indiscretions, they would sue them, right? So it would kill the story. And then from there, we had a story that released very recently. So this one was published, right? About the Iran war, right? I think this one was in the New York Times, talking about like how the decision was made, and it goes in like very deep detail about like when Netanyahu was like a foreign leader was allowed into the Situation Room, right? Trump allowed that to happen. He's sitting in the Situation Room and he's telling the U.S. like administration, security administration, that this will be easy. The Iran war will be easy, no big deal, right? Let's jump into this. Within that story, like it was clear that the people who were talking about this, who were relaying this story, were literally in the room, right? They even talking about like the positions everyone was sitting at, right? And then curiously, the story painted Marco Rubio and JD Vance as being anti-war, right? Oh, we don't want to do this, Mr. President, when everything we know about them is them being pro-war. What this sounds like to me is that JD Vance and Marco Rubio, both who have 2028 presidential hopes, right? That these people are positioning themselves as a way stepping away from the disaster here, right? And they're putting out a story, right? A version of the story that looks good for them. So now, like, I believe them when they say Netanyahu, who was in the Situation Room. I believe Trump would do something like that.
I know you don't like Netanyahu, but would you like say we were in a joint thing with Ukraine? Would you care? What's his name was in there?
Almost done. Of course I care. Yeah, fuck them. Well, yeah, absolutely not. We wouldn't want any of them in there. Why would we do that? Anyway, Trey. Like, so sorry, fuck. Where was I? It's what it seems like to me is that they drop this within the media, right? So they put these stories out. Well, this is what Gibbs is referring to, where people put in these stories like with a certain level of spin. That happens on both sides, right? Like they leak these things to the stories and they say sources will tell you, right? And the source will be the person, the actual person that the story is about, right? Or like their friend who they related the story to. This is the thing that happens. So like we're saying that if Gibbs is asking us whether the media like does like shenanigans, well, yeah, these are shenanigans.
I mean, also in addition to that, well, first of all, I think that's kind of weird. Listen, I know you don't like Netanyahu, and I'm kind of surprised with the Zelensky thing. I don't have a problem with any president of any foreign country being in the Situation Room doing a joint operation. Let him be in there. Like that's like if we're doing a joint operation with France to kill like terrorists in Malta, and the president of France wants to be in there with us. Okay, cool. Like, I don't have a problem with that. There's nothing classified as far as I know in the Situation Room.
No, the Situation Room is extremely classified.
The Situation Room is just
one of the most
it's the Situation Room.
The Situation Room is just like a room with tons of like access to like all the fucking.
Literally one of the most
they can turn those off. They can turn those off. Like it's not.
But they're
it's
probably
not
not going to, and it probably isn't smart to turn them off. Like I know that's the.
You're telling me, hold on. You're telling me if the president of France or something, like maybe the UK walks in.
Let's not get distracted by this. I don't
That's
care
crazy.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Wait, hold on. It's so funny that you're like, let him walk into the room and they just turn off all the TVs. It's like, why does he care about being in the room then?
Well, because that's my point. If they got some room like, oh, okay, we have a Situation Room, we have one TV that's monitoring France's fucking president's house at all times. Maybe they turn that TV off on the president.
Let's move on. Sorry, let's not get distracted by that, please. Let's move on. That wasn't the.
I agree with that, but I mean, we can also look at other stories. I mean, like you mentioned the spin, like the Hunter Biden laptop story, we know was killed, before the election. Like we know that was killed. There's lots of examples.
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides all the time. This happens. So when y'all are acting like this doesn't happen, at least Prime's being honest and saying that happens, like on both sides. Y'all are like obviously he picked the ones that he was more familiar with.
But then what difference? Then that's not an argument. So this happens.
My argument is it's all timing. It's a time.
Like you're the one using it as an argument, as in like.
Well, nobody else
isn't it a coincidence that this just happens to come out after he announces all these arrests, and then when Prime agrees with you, go, well, yeah. So it happens all the time. So does it happen all the time, or is it a coincidence? Is it a conspiracy?
What I say is it's not.
I know. Is it a conspiracy? Like that's kind of what you were saying.
I'm not using. I'm not calling it a conspiracy. Let's just get that clear. I think it is a proven tactic that the Dems do this on a repeated basis. Both sides do it.
So do the Republicans, right?
Sure, but I think specifically what I'm referencing when I'm saying this is the exact phrases. Like first it was Hexeth and drunk. It's the exact same, like recycled kind of stuff.
They happen to be drunks. Hexeth was fucking releasing information.
He wasn't doing it. It wasn't him. It was people in his thing. Remember, not him. He wasn't directly doing it. It wasn't him directly. That was the whole thing. It was a staffer that added people to those things. Remember, this was.
And then he didn't check the message logs, and he still sent it, regardless of whether or not his staffer added people or not. He didn't make sure of. And this is.
Do you think that staffer got fired? I'm sure they got fired. Right? Probably.
Hero's also a drunk. There's 3 drunks at minimum.
There we go. 3 drunks.
And the aide was terminated. Yeah, I'm saying that. Like, I'm sure the aide was terminated after doing that. Like, people make mistakes. Like, I'm sure that, I guess it's his mistake because he's the head of the department overall. But, like, every person under that stuff, like,
I'm just saying, what are you doing the thing where you're like, the Democrats are using this drunk thing for Pizza.
Yeah, because they keep repeatedly doing the same ones.
Like, maybe there are just multiple drunks. Is that the craziest thing? There are 3 drunks?
Well, what's more likely then? Somehow 3 or 4 drunks got put in the cabinet, or
that they're not drunk at all,
or it's just
that they're lying about an easily disprovable detail.
Well, that's why they're getting sued. I haven't seen anybody else. I haven't seen anybody but the Atlantic pick the story.
Okay,
why are they got
sued? You're just getting personally sued. That doesn't fucking matter. And second, when it comes to Hexeth, we have so much fucking videotapes of him being on Fox and Friends and guzzling whiskey like it's nothing. Like the idea that we're pulling this out of our ass is very weird.
Allegedly.
Okay. Something he calls whiskey and looks like whiskey, fucking downing.
Hold on. Well, if he's doing his job as good as he is, while drinking whiskey, more power to him.
Okay, so it sounds like you agree he's a functional drunks running.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, functional. I don't give a shit if he's a functional alcoholic or not. That's not really my point.
He's good at his job, though.
So
I think you're missing. You're like purposely being obtuse right here with what you're doing right now. I'm like saying that this is the same sort of attack. You use the same ones over and over. It's just like it's just like remember when everybody was raging
over and over. Or is it the same point that we just keep bringing up?
I don't think it is true. I haven't seen any evidence.
You just fucking said that you probably agreed that he's a functional alcoholic.
Oh, no, I've said that if he's doing that, y'all have that evidence and then based. I haven't seen that evidence.
Gotcha. So just to be clear, hold on. Just to be clear,
I mean, I don't know that it is. I haven't seen it.
It's not true because I haven't.
But if it was
true, it's low key cool and based.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no arguing with you. There's no
double win for Hexeth at least. Patel. If it's true, then maybe
Gibbs is one of the premier debaters in the world. There is really no argument you have against Gibbs. I've told.
I mean, listen, I think Hexeth has done a fantastic job, despite all the thinking people. Based on what the ass whippings he's tearing it out.
Leaks.
Lord, not the signal chat leaks.
I'm saying that why are we basing a success?
Man, that saved Maduro. Those signal chats really saved his ass, didn't they?
Sure, okay.
How do you do that?
Because we can go specifics. Like, I'm not just gonna be random.
Crazy.
Some people just say like, "Oh, he sucks." Like people say things about Obama, but like things specifically, like, okay, we went to Venezuela because we were gonna do regime change, and we didn't do regime change.
Wait. No. Is Maduro the same person? Hold on. Let me
the way Trump categorizes.
Is Maduro the same person as whatever her name is?
They changed the regime.
That's what a fucking regime change
is. It's a regime change, boys. Listen,
that's what a regime change is.
Trump, they changed the leader around like 9 times.
Definition of regime change it technically is. Yeah.
Stop. Who's being obtuse now, dude?
I'm just saying this is how y'all debate right now. Y'all want to do hyper specific word definition. Oh, it's a regime change of this, but then when it's like, oh, we're gonna do the same thing back. Oh, stop, Gibbs. That doesn't count. It's crazy. Can't have it both ways.
I'm about to say how long were we supposed to wait a minute? I'm about to say we did the first bombing in Iran that was supposed to wiped out all the nukes.
Obliterated.
That didn't do
obliterated.
Iran, the 12-day war.
That mission was a failure. Or it was a success, but it ended up. It was a fantastic
How is it a success if we still have to go back and do it now?
Again. They don't have. Do they have access to those? Even they know they don't have access because it's buried.
So why are we back there?
Why are we back?
They need more ass whippings, bro. They fucking got uppity.
Yeah, that's why they're going to go back to war.
Now,
just need more ass whippings, dude.
And now what we're saying, like,
you got to go
of this war.
Grass.
Secretary Hexeth, why are we going back to Iran? We didn't get the quota of ass kicking.
Listen, I'm just saying this to me, this seems like it's mowing the grass. That's what I'm saying.
I just want to be clear that what's going to happen is everybody's going to stand up and clap whenever they can announce the Strait of Hormuz is open. Even though it was open prior to the that's now what success looks like. Nothing.
Well, now we control the Strait of Hormuz.
When we're not actually. Trump thought it was a good idea. He's like, that sounds awesome. We're going to charge.
Just to be clear in the details, it does say that Iran gets to have control over it.
Well, that control with our proxy.
What fucking proxy?
But that, like we're
whoever we decide is going to agree with us, we'll just keep killing them. We'll just keep killing them until they put somebody in charge that we agree with.
No, but I'm just saying,
fucking psychotic.
This is on.
It doesn't work though.
What does a loss look like? What does a loss look like? What does a loss look like for Hexeth or Patel? Can you conceive of one, or are they just like winners no matter what?
I can conceive of lots of losses for Patel and Hexeth, like going in. I think Hexeth has won enough now that his job's not in jeopardy. I think Patel, however, that could change. Maybe something else happens and he fucks up. I think right now Hexeth has proven to be an effective leader in the military. Patel, I think that you're right. I think the reason the story's coming out, one, I think it's twofold. One, I think it's because he announced that all these arrests are coming and these investigations are open. And I think that old Maxwell's best buddy, the head of the Atlantic, or the owner of the Atlantic, wanted to fucking push some shit out and try to fucking get some heat on Patel and maybe take him out, and that'll slow it up. Because I think we can all agree, if you have turmoil at the top of your leadership, like at the FBI, CIA, anywhere, it's going to make everything lower down, inefficient as you have regime change at the organization, right? So I think that it's a tactic being used to go try and push Patel out prematurely. Now, I think that if Patel doesn't get these arrests going, or we see actually no movement, and it's just always on the horizon, I'll say within 3 months to 6 months, if we don't see actual cases being open where there's like trials or at least hearings and people being charged, then I'll say, yeah, it's a failure. I mean, it could come before that if some other stuff comes out where he's just like inept and there's like mishandlings of like evidence or all sorts, like this Fulton County stuff. If there's evidence of mishandling this after the original complaints about stuff not being signed off on, can his ass. Like, I think there's a lot of scenarios.
That would also be a failure of Trump, correct? For putting him in a position.
I guess by default, sure.
No. Good SAR, bad boyars.
No, it's
that expression.
Everybody get bamboozled and put somebody bad in a position at one time.
Sure,
if you run a business, that happens.
I just think it's so odd that nothing is ever Trump's fault, and everything would have been perfect if this other thing that happened that we pretended Trump has no influence over, didn't happen. In first time it was Trump's economy would have been great if it wasn't for COVID. He can't control COVID. It's in some ways he could have.
He could have prevented it, yeah.
But he didn't, and we ended up having the consequences of it. And now in the second term, wow, the economy wouldn't have been great we wouldn't have had this random, war with Iran. Like Iran's getting away, so we can't judge the economy now. That's not Trump's fault, even though
I mean, I think
the direct correlation
stronger because of the war in the long term, but that's a whole different debate.
When in the long term will the economy be better?
Soon, put a trademark after it.
Yeah, soon with an asterisk in like 10 years.
And then as soon as the Democrat gets back in power and the economy actually improves, Trump's gonna be like,
it's fucking 4 years later. He's like, I told you guys. I told you.
Right on the eve of the election of the economy. No, I mean, I think that take it out a hostile power. Okay, listen. Let's just not go through the out. Yeah, they are taking out.
The Ayatollah's son is apparently more
conservative and more. Oh, I don't even think that guy's alive.
That's not bad to Gibbs. So to be fair.
Hold on. Let's ask a better question with that. Do you even think that guy's alive? They haven't shown any fucking evidence of him being alive.
Why would they? You guys, we keep bombing every single person. We keep show evidence of being alive. Obviously,
so you know that we'll get his ass too. So, I'm just saying, I don't think he's alive. And if he is alive, he's not. He's hiding. So that's not very effective leading.
Do you think we're going to be able to regime change? Wait. Do you think we're going to be able to act actual regime change in Iran without boots on the ground and just doing airstrikes?
Potentially, I'd say like 60-40.
60% that we're going to be able to do it through.
I think when you say regime change, I think our definition. I hate to be this guy going.
Let's define it. Let's define it. For me, regime change means you actually take the government of this country and it changes in a meaningful way. As in, you don't have the Ayatollah running, you don't have the IRGC, you don't have this shit. That is regime change, where it's no longer an Islamist running government, right? That's like your Islamic theocracy.
The person is not there anymore.
No, that would be the most basic, if we're going to be debate bro definition debating. No, that would not be debate bro. No, that's what I'm doing. I would say my definition of debate regime change in this case would be, because it's all situational, but in this case would be, hey, we put somebody in power, whether that's still the IRGC, whether that's the Ayatollah's fucking 35th nephew, I don't really give a shit. That's more amenable to doing whatever the fuck we tell them to do. I don't give a shit who that person is, whether it's Ahmadinejad coming back to power or somebody else. Now, it wouldn't be Ahmadinejad, but it would be somebody that would come into power that would be willing to do what we say when we say it's nut cutting time. That's really what I care about. I don't care if they're still a theocracy. I just care that they fucking are working for us now. So it could be general.
I don't consider the vice president, if let's say, I'm not even going to go to the worst place, but let's say Trump got some level of sick and wasn't able to continue on the presidency, but he's still alive. I don't consider J.D. Vance running the country as a regime change. Yeah, I feel like it's still the Trump administration.
Also, Chad brings up a good question. Hunter, you said the economy's crashing. COVID not be your fault. I mean, we could look at.
Wait, when did I say
maybe it was banned. Maybe it was banned then. New York and California's economy are crashing. Is it the Dems or the Republicans' fault in those states?
Right. When did are you talking about the two most successful economies in the United States?
Not anymore. Texas is the number one economy. After, I guess, California by size, but by profit, Texas is number one. I guess Alaska might be
GDP is always what you use, though. You don't go per capita.
Hold on. If you have a country, hold on. Listen, South Africa.
GDP per capita, fucking Vatican City is blowing us out of the water. No.
I don't know.
But I mean, maybe because everybody in the Catholics
are fucking with the Vatican.
Hold on. In fact, due to colonialism, all the Catholics in Vatican City.
I know California is what the fourth.
Us taking everybody else's shit and leaving it in Italy during the Romans or whatever. What's your point there? I don't like. But they're just living off stolen wealth, apparently, according to the left.
I will say, unfortunately, I do got to dip pretty soon. It is finals week, and I've got an essay that I've been procrastinating for a fat minute.
Oh, I gotta go too. But
I know this is a little early. It's not that early. It's a little early.
It's early.
It's early, and I am sorry because I usually say the long.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it looks like half the other half of the thing is gonna be gone. So are we maybe we end it here.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
As
Corey comes back.
I have that effect on panels.
Yeah. It's okay. But I we're just light this week. It'd be what it be. But thanks all for being here. I'm gonna give an outro to these guys. We haven't necessarily already hit the follow button. We'll have more conversations like this. as this is actually one of our less explosive discussions.
True.
I'll tell you the truth. But if you had fun, then consider following the channel. We'll give an outro to all of these great individuals, and we'll see you from there. So we'll start with Bam. Thanks for being here. I'm glad that your connection was much better this time.
I was
True.
working on it. Like I said, I'm
Very good.
glad. We hope it sticks up. I gotta work on this internet. But no, glad to be here. Glad I could actually speak today. Like I said, I made every pivot possible to get us back on track, but it just seems like it was universally agreed that Kash Patel has no redeemable features. And then this about him.
Yeah.
And even Gibbs was like, well, maybe one day in the future he could possibly do something kind of neat and arrest somebody. Because, he went to Fulton County. Did you know he went to Fulton County? And he went to Fulton County. Nothing is going to come from that. Nothing going to come from any of this. I could say I could easily see Trump firing him, but I could also easily see Trump not, because I don't even know if he's necessarily embarrassing Trump. I think he's just doing nothing. I don't know. And I don't know if he can find someone else, quote unquote, better to make the election rigging thing any better for him, because it just doesn't exist. Overall, it's a sad position to see my country in. I do think it's unfortunate that not just Kash Patel, but Trump's entire cabinet is made up of unqualified clowns. But I still have to have conversations about Ketanji Brown Jackson and Kamala Harris being unqualified DEI losers who are idiots and don't know anything. Like it's 1 + 1 just doesn't equal 2, but it is what it is. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you. The Ketanji Brown Jackson point is absolutely beautiful, right? The entire time, the awful things he said about that woman, right? One of the most qualified to ever sit on the Supreme Court, treated that way. And then you put clowns like Pete Hegseth and Kash Patel on these boards. Like, come on. Like, it's every accusation is a confession. But thank you. I do appreciate you. Bam, thanks for coming through. Let's go to our friend Hunter. I was surprised you even made it here because I knew you had finals coming up, but I'm glad you put some time.
Thanks for having me. Sorry, I gotta dip a little early. Look, as much as me and Gibbs maybe hate each other, I do want to give him props for I want to give him props for sticking it up in a 1v6, even though you had terrible points and I hated everything you said.
V5, you're supposed to be a mathematician.
Well, I wasn't there. Oh, was it only true?
Oh, I rest my case.
That's what we do in math class. We just count to 6.
Not very
and
well.
I always lose
not
those
only 5.
those
You only
classes.
count to 5. You don't get to 6.
True. He lost track this time, but go ahead.
But yeah, my name is Hunter Kozak. I'm Hunter E. Kozak on Twitter and YouTube and TikTok. I mostly post videos on TikTok. I talk about philosophy, linguistics, math, and politics. Thanks for having me here. I'm excited. Just always good to be here at Prime.
Thank you. How long does finals last? Will you be in finals next week as well?
Yes. And next week might be even worse. I doubt I'll be able to make it next week, but then after that I will be.
How many finals do you have? 4, 5?
5. I have 5. I've got a big essay to write tonight, and then I've got 2 big math classes.
Easy stuff. Take home finals.
And then I've got surgery in 2 days, so it's a lot.
That's part of the fun. You're performing it. That's the examination.
Exactly. It's very weird in the math class, but yeah, no, we do it sometimes.
He'll start like counting the vertebrae, and he'll get to
only get to 5.
3, 4, 5.
I don't know where to go from here.
What comes after C5?
Thanks so much, and good luck to you, your finals, and of course, I hope you get through surgery well. Honestly,
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Much love to everyone. It'll be chill. It's a minor surgery, but it's still during finals, so it still sucks. Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Much love.
And then let's go to our friend Gibbs.
Yeah, I think we got a prime example of literal leftist liberal math just now. Pretty pleased about that. And now we wonder why the grocery stores in New York that Madami has made is more expensive than the other ones. It's crazy.
What's
they haven't even been made yet.
Madami, Madami, they're going to be more expensive.
Madonna's the mayor.
Yeah, Mom Dama, whatever his name is. Listen, this guy. Bad. All these people are fleeing.
They're literally subsidized. How would they be more expensive?
Listen, there's another problem right there.
Money.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're fleeing. Listen, we're mad about a lot of things. I'm actually happy you kind of like the guys. One, because all these people are leaving New York and they're coming to Y'all Street in Dallas. I'm pretty happy about that. Texas power. And two,
Texas Wall Street, baby.
He's doing. Yeah, that's right. Y'all Street here. Two, they're doing so bad in New York and in Cali that people are going to see how bad these states are doing. They're just going to flock to the Republican Party. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm not like married to Patel. If he needs to go, he needs to go. Hopefully, we get some stuff going on here soon. Like I said, I hope it's more like the David case, so they're taking, well, maybe not like David. I hope they're taking their time to do this shit the right way, as opposed to just trying to get shit out for looks and exciting headlines. Because I want actual change. I'm sick of the bullshit. I think we've been having stuff subverted for a while. People don't like corruption. I think that there's always going to be corruption, but at least let's clean out the old corruption before getting some new shit in there. But if you like what I have to say, Admiral Gibbs everywhere. Thanks for having me, Prime. Always fun. Sorry for the tech issues. Oh, that's another thing. Nobody, I just Googled this while I was having these problems. Do this fucking update for fucking Windows. Wait till they put out another one. This shit that came out last night has fucked up so many people's shit. I don't know why it's so bad, but this is a bad one. It's I literally on Reddit right now, just tons and tons of people having problems with the update. So fair warning to that one, guys.
Okay. All right. Next, let's go to Corey.
Well, one question to Gibbs. Do you agree that Kash Patel is a DEI hire, given that he was in a diversity program?
Sure, I guess he's a DEI hire. Yeah.
But you can find me on Twitch, Corey Campbell 4, Twitter, X, YouTube, Instagram, Substack, TikTok. It's Corey Campbell. Always a pleasure being here. Always look forward to Mondays hanging out with the gentleman. Ali, Gibbs, always a pleasure. Love you, Prime.
Yeah, love you too. Thanks so much. Let's go to our friend not Admiral. Well, he could be an Admiral. Ali,
Admiral
right?
Ali.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You can catch me on TikTok at My Cousin Ali, on YouTube at Project Socio. I don't know. I think this blue wave that's coming up, it seems to be indicative of the fact that all of Trump's policies have been bad. Enough of the American populace is voting against it, right? There are never Trump Republicans that are voting Democrat, so on and so forth. This is a weird thing. I really hope that Democrats don't get that confused with them thinking that their policies are like the winning policies. It's just anti-Trump is kind of the move right now. So I don't want the libs to get too confused on what's happening. And then I do also want to shed light on the fact that, Israeli terrorists have officially taken homes in Lebanon, right? They're using the kitchens, they're using the gardens, they're doing whatever it may be.
It's the guys playbook.
Yeah,
but
but the terrorists are only the ones that speak Arabic and have the Muslim tag, right? The Jewish ones, not terrorists, because I don't know. But that is happening. Free Lebanon, free Palestine. Get these people the fuck out of my country, bro. Out.
Shout out to my Lebanese brothers and sisters who are struggling right now. And of course, free Palestine. All right, I'm going to raid our friend Gibbs, who's always quite loyal.
A beautiful woman.
You, friend.
I am beautiful. I have better hair than most
beautiful Latina.
Beautiful Latina. But shout out to my man Gibbs, who's always been kind and despite hating most of the things I say, is always a homie.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all be good. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's night.